Good evening and welcome to the 2026 PFA Awards live from Manchester, and for the next 2 hours we're going to be bringing you some of the biggest stars from the WSL, the WSL2, the Premier League and the EFL. They're all going to make their way down this carpet, speak to some fans, speak to some media, and then make their way into the Opera House here in Manchester to find out who has won this year's PFA's Player of the Year. And these awards are voted for by the players, so it's the players acknowledging who are the best players, the best people, the best players they compete against week in, week out. And they're all going to come here. We're going to speak to them. There's going to be so many people for you to join and speak to here at the awards. But so much has gone into setting up this event. So let's take a look at the red carpet setup, because it's taken so many people to get it ready for this evening. So let's take a look. I told you, so much goes into these awards and they do not disappoint. This year is the 53rd PFA Awards. I'm Liam McDevitt, I'm your host, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the PFA's YouTube channel. Now, the carpet at the minute might seem quiet, but I promise you very soon it's going to be absolutely full with the biggest names from sport, from music. We've got people from some of the best series on the TV are going to be walking down this carpet, so stick with us because I want to get some of your questions to your heroes, the players you support week in, week out. So if you have a question, make sure you leave it in the comments. And today we've got Jules Breach and David Jones are going to be inside this venue. They're going to be handing out their awards to the players. They're then actually going to come and speak to me in the winners' room. So inside there is where the magic happens. But we've got enough magic to bring you from this red carpet. But the players have voted throughout this season for their Player of the Year. It's not the media, it's not the press, it's not the fans, it's the players who vote for who they believe has been the best player in the league for their season. We've got players from the EFL, we've got the WSL, and for the first time this year we have the WSL2 who will be honoured here at the PFA Awards. And we've also got 2 Merit Award winners who are going to be collecting their award tonight for all the fantastic contributions to football that they have made. From across the league, we've got teams like Arsenal, we've got players from Manchester City, you'll see in the EFL we've got people from Coventry who have been very well presented. We've got Bromley who obviously won League 2, Lincoln who won League 1. They're all going to be here walking this very carpet. But, and I know you want to know, the shortlist has been made and it's been cut down to a top 6 for East League. So let's take a look at the nominees, the top 6 from the WSL, the WSL2, the Premier League and the EFL. These are your PFA's Player of the Year nominees, top 6 for this year. Bruno Fernandes from Manchester United. Manchester City's Erling Haaland. Gabriel from Arsenal. David Raya, also from Arsenal. And in the middle of the pitch for Arsenal, it's Declan Rice. That's this year's shortlist for Premier League's Player of the Year. And from the WSL, Kirsty Hansen from Aston Villa. Yui Hasegawa from Manchester City. It's Lauren James from Chelsea. Manchester United's Jess Park. Alessia Russo from Arsenal. And Bunny Shaw from Manchester City. This is your Young Player of the Year, top 6. Ryan Cherky, Manchester City. Max Dowman of Arsenal. Junior Krupi, Bournemouth. Kobe Mainu, Manchester United. Rio Ungamoa, Liverpool. And Nico O'Reilly, Manchester City. That makes up your top 6 for this year's Young Player of the Year. Your nominees for Young Player of the Year in the WSL: Laura Blinkilda Brown, Manchester City. Viola Berman, Chelsea. Freya Godfrey, London City Lionesses. Toka Koga, Tottenham Hotspur. Olivia Smith, Arsenal. And Alicia Thompson from Chelsea. They're your top 6 for Young Player of the Year in the WSL. Now time for Player of the Year from the WSL2. Ellie Brazil, Southampton. Lily Crosthwaite, Birmingham City. Abby Larkin, Crystal Palace. Emily Syme, Bristol City. Ashley Weirden, Crystal Palace. And Sophie Whitehouse from Charlton Athletic. And for the first time, that's your Player of the Year from the WSL2. Here are your Championship Player of the Year nominees. Matt Grimes of Coventry. Hayden Hackney, Middlesbrough. Jack Radoni, Coventry City. Carl Rushworth, Coventry City. Zan Vopotnik, Swansea. Haji Wright, Coventry City. They make up your top 6 for Championship Players Player of the Year. Here are your top 6 for League One Players Player of the Year. Don Ballard, Leyton Orient. Amario Cozier-Dubry, Bolton Wanderers. David McGoldrick, Barnsley. Jack Molan, Lincoln City. Oliver Norwood, Stockport County. Carl Wotton, Stockport County. And that makes up your League One Players Player of the Year top 6. Your League Two top 6 for Players Player of the Year. Sammy Braybrook, Chesterfield. Last year's winner, Michael Cheek from Bromley. Aaron Drinan, Swindon Town. Callum Patterson, MK Dons. Mitch Pinnock, Bromley. Omar Sawamni, Bromley. And that makes up your League Two Players Player of the Year top 6. What a short list we have got. There's so many worthy winners, and we're going to find out who is the PFA's Players Player of the Year very soon. But while we wait for the players to arrive, come with me, you follow me, because along here is absolutely stacked. The players some questions. Eli, you're from Goal, right?
Yeah.
You did the PFA Awards last year, didn't you?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. How much do you enjoy today? Who are you most looking forward to speaking to?
Declan Rice or Erling Haaland.
How many years before you come to my job?
1.
1 year, I'm out of a job. Eli's going to replace me. But we've got everyone from media. Sam from BBC Sports here. I hope you can still see us.
Right,
Sam, this is a regular spot for you now at the PFA Awards every year.
This is my 3rd one in a row, but the weather's the best for this one so far. Touch wood.
Make it hat-trick Sam over here. He's gone with the leather. Clearly didn't get the black tie memo today. But look, season started already. We're going to be seeing so many stacked players coming down here. Who are you most looking forward to?
I'm most looking forward to speaking to Liv Smith and Erling Haaland now he's cut his hair.
Going to put you on your feet. Who do you believe is going to be taking the awards today?
Ooh, I think Bruno will win Men's Player of the Year, and I think for Women's, I think it's going to be Bunny just out of pure goals that she scored. So I'd say.
So he's calling Bunny Shaw and Bruno Fernandes. What sort of questions we got coming from BBC Sport?
We've got a few singing challenges. We've got a few little sound effect ones. Do you know what's the sound you'd make to describe a firework? The hard-hitting.
Don't know if it's a good firework. But now I'll ask you a question. If you got people singing, what song would you want if you walked into a room? What would go off?
Oh, All Night Long.
All night long. And we're not going to be with you all night long, but we're going to be here for the next 2 hours anyway. But it's not just the awards. The PFA Awards does so much to help players transition into a life beyond the career through coaching, but also through the business school, which teaches professionals, PFA members, all the skills they need to transition into business, football business. So let's take a look at some of the incredible work that the PFA does throughout the year to get players to transition into the life of business in football. Take a look, because it's really worth watching.
Well, it's a pleasure for us to welcome more than 100 players, students here in our Manchester office to talk about the business of football, to talk about the opportunity that football gives you off the field, and also I think to understand that for a lot of players what they don't forcibly get is that it's all good to have the knowledge, but you need to have the network. And today is an opportunity for them to network with other fellow students who will go on to a good job, but equally to make the most of the speakers. I mean, I'm going to start today with Brian Marwood and Russell Martin, and I think to have the chance to have people of that caliber to come here, to give back and to share with the players their experience, I think is priceless, and we hope that the players will enjoy that. Well, we've always said that back in the days, studying and playing was almost an impossible task. The reality is that making it compatible was very difficult on the one hand, and we hope that the PFA Business School can make it compatible for people to deliver the top level on the pitch, but equally have the chance to get their head going on something else when they have some time off. And for me, I think it's also very important that we manage to get many more football people who understand football, who understand the actual game in a relevant position in the industry. I think one of the big issues that football has right now is maybe the lack of real understanding and care for the actual product. And I use that word carefully because I know that people see it as a product. So even those who see it as a product needs to understand that if you don't have people who understand the industry, who understand the game, you ain't gonna have a successful football industry. And for us, if the industry is not successful, our members will suffer, and we don't want that.
Learning the ins and outs and nuances of the business side of the game is something that I'm really interested in. So hopefully more players can sort of join the curriculum to upskill, learn, because I think there's spaces in these departments for footballers looking for work or looking to expand their knowledge after the game. I was probably fortunate, but also a little bit not so fortunate to come through in an era where it was focused on football, and at that time that's all I wanted to do. But I've been fortunate now to be in an era where the world is changing and it's okay to be trying different things. The difficulty for myself is finding other stuff that I love other than football, which there are other stuff. You know, you have your friends and your family and all that comes with it, but you know, football is something that I've dedicated my life to, and I think I want to still continue to do that once I've finished playing. So figuring out, upskilling and knowing that there's other avenues within the PFA that can help you attain that knowledge to hopefully put you in positions to continue to work in the game that we love.
As footballers, as foolish as it sounds, we all believe our career will last forever, and the reality of that is it doesn't. So I think the starting of the PFA Business School and what it's bringing is perfect timing for me, having retired only a year ago, and to be able to search different avenues of perhaps where I see my life going from finishing football is ideal timing for me and something that I'm really enjoying.
When you come out of the football world, of being a professional footballer, it's hard to sometimes find a sense of purpose. What am I good at? What can I do? And I think, again, go back to the business school, they give the platforms for individuals to go and potentially start a new career and start a new life almost. You know, there's different options, whether that be a diploma that I'm doing here, or there's a degree in something else, or psychology part of them. There's all these different avenues that you can go down, and I think the business school deserve credit for that. I think I just want to broaden my knowledge of the game from the other side. I think the career that I've had, I would sit here and say that I've done okay. You know, I've done well, relatively good success in terms of on the grass, and I just think I'd like to broaden my experience and knowledge of the game off the grass. What that looks like in 5, 10, 15 years time, I have no idea. But I certainly think days like today, coming into these events and meeting people and networking and speaking to people in different capacities, whether that be coaches, whether that be ex-managers, whether that be psychologists or whatever it is, I think these are all building blocks to eventually get to the sort of level or the place that you want to be further down the line. I think for the here and now, it is just about gaining as much knowledge and as much interaction with people as possible, and I'm really enjoying doing that.
In football, we are most of the time in a bubble, and I would say the percentage of professional footballers that are part of the PFA, they did not complete or gain loads of qualifications through school or higher learning. And the business school it was created to give its members the ability to attain these higher learning qualifications, broad and vast. It isn't just sporting directorship. There is analytics, there is obviously the coaching department, and the list goes on. But the business school is vitally important for the PFA because it gives its members the opportunity to continue and grow outside of the playing side.
I think, you know, there's several of our players who are currently involved in it or have gone through it in the past. Listen, there's no reason to wait. I mean, what do you have to lose, right? Take the time. I know it's a commitment to time, but there's a lot of flexibility in the way you guys are doing this. And listen, it's only for the, you know, to help you in your future. So don't regret later saying, oh, I wish I did this. Just go ahead and do it now.
Brilliant work there that the PFA do to help people transition through the business school. There are so many fantastic initiatives that the PFA run all year round to help professional players make that next step, because it's very difficult to go from the pitch to somewhere else. So great work there by the PFA Business School, and we're going to see a few more great initiatives that the PFA do throughout the 2 hours that you're with us this evening. But we have some good news, because players are slowly starting to arrive on this red carpet. It's slowly starting to get busy, and earlier today I took the walk that the players are going to do. They're going to get out of their car at the end carpet, they're then going to walk down here and inside. So take a look behind the scenes of how this red carpet unravels and they head into the Opera House. Take a look. So this is the start of the red carpet. The players are going to get out of their cars. They're going to have a big cheer from everyone here who's looking to see their favourite players. They'll then take a walk down the red carpet, and as you would expect when you're dealing with the best players in the world, they'll stand in front of this lovely PFA award and take their photo with the amazing photographers here from the PFA. This is the thing I love, because the footballers, they always come with amazing fashion. They always look great, as you would expect. It's absolutely full of people. Who are you looking forward to seeing? Bruno Fernandes. I think he might be here. Who else? Anyone else? Haaland, okay. This is going to be full, people looking to see their superstars. We've also got all of the world's media here. We think we've got, who have we got? We've got BBC Sport here. They'll stop and grab a quick question. Give me a question, quick one.
What did you have for dinner tonight?
Oh, haven't had dinner yet, but I'm going to get there. We've got Sky Sports. We've got PFA Live on TikTok. If you're not watching on YouTube, you're not watching on Instagram or X, then get over to TikTok, because Cecil, the host with the most, is going to be there. We've got everyone. We've got ESPN, we've got TNT. They'll make their way down through the mix zone. We've then got more media where they're going to be taking videos. We've got GQ Magazine with us today. We've got the real top dogs of multimedia. Who are you guys looking forward to seeing? Anyone good? Bruno. Lots of Bruno fans. They'll then make their way down the carpet, following along here. And as you know, at the PFA Awards, these players, they come in their best clothes. They look fantastic because they're here to celebrate. They're here to celebrate the amazing achievements they had last year. Who are you looking forward to seeing? Fernandes, great. You? Anyone? Rio? Okay, good. Well, look, lots of fans, lots of people. They'll make their way into the venue with their teammates, with the people from their club. They'll come through these doors, and behind here is where the real magic happens. This is where the PFA Awards get serious, because they'll come through here, and I like to call this bit, this is the calm before the storm. Maybe they'll have a welcome drink, maybe someone from the club will have a welcome drink, there'll be a few photos. They'll then come down here into the stalls. The stalls are this way, are they, sir? Stalls this way?
Yeah.
They'll then come down the stairs, take their seats, and then we'll find out who has won this year's PFA's Players Player of the Year. I can't take you any further because they're still preparing there, but stay with us because we're in for a fantastic evening here at the PFA Awards. Welcome back. I told you it was going to get absolutely stacked on this red carpet, and two of my very good friends, two of the best broadcasters in the game, have made their way down to the red carpet. Molly and Rosie, can meet everyone, of course you know that. Fantastic evening, isn't it, tonight?
Beautiful. I mean, we've just arrived. The hair's going a bit all over the place. You know, we're going to deal with that. But honestly, it's been amazing already.
You don't know your one. It was absolutely tipping down last year, so this is good. Okay. So it's huge. We've got the WSL 2 for the first time, getting a PFA's Player of the Year and the WSL. Who do you think is going to take the big one in the WSL? Putting you on the spot, I know.
Bonnie Shaw, surely?
Absolute goal scorer, isn't she? Great season, great season. Well, as the first people to actually come and stop on the live stream on YouTube, X and Instagram, we're going to play a little game. So you two are going to give me a question, and whoever comes next is going to answer it. So I'll give you a couple of minutes to think about, and if you can have a quick chat, and you guys in the comments, make sure you subscribe and leave some questions to ask some of the players, because when they come down, I'm going to be asking them, and whoever I speak to here is actually going to ask a question that I'm going to ask the next person. Have you guys got one locked in?
Yeah, we've got one.
Okay, so whoever comes next, whoever it is, Bunny Shaw, Bruno Fernandes, Erling Haaland, whoever it is going to answer your question. What have we gone with?
Ooh. Go on, Rose. I'll let you do the honours.
I think we need to ask them who are they most looking forward to bumping into tonight.
Surely. You're rubbing shoulders with some of the best in the game.
There's a few big names to be rubbing. I'm happy to rub shoulders with you two again because we don't see each other anywhere near as much. But enjoy your evening. Thanks for stopping by. I will get that question asked, and I'll text you, let you know what they say after.
See you in a bit.
Enjoy. Take care. Molly and Rosie, everyone. First guests on the live stream this year. Told you that we would be bringing everyone from the world of football. But we've also going to be taking a look at who has won the awards, because I was here last year and they were absolutely incredible. Mo Salah won a third PFA award. So let's take a look right now at last year's winners here at the PFA Awards. Good were last year's winners, and it promises to be the same today. It's starting to pick up, it's starting to fill up here on the red carpet. If you're just joining us on YouTube, X or Instagram, make sure you head over to the PFA's YouTube and like and subscribe. I promise it's going to be an evening full of fun, entertainment, some of the biggest names. And I mentioned earlier the PFA Business School. They run so many fantastic initiatives to help players throughout the year. One of those, which a lot of players go into, is coaching. Eric Dyer over at Monaco at the minute, he's completing his UEFA B with the PFA, and we took a trip over to see him in Monaco to see how he's enjoying his journey from the pitch into coaching. Take a look.
Why coaching? I think this is an important question because you got to have a why. It has become a passion to me, and I think that's the most important thing. When he first arrived at Bayern, like one of the first things he said to me was like, "You're never too old to learn." Us against us. I stole that from Vinny. I stole a few things on here from him. Football aside, this is the Formula One track.
Ready for today?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
What about the passing pattern where you're talking about the defenders? What are you thinking? Adding that defending bit.
Yeah, I made one yesterday. I made one yesterday, but I think I like it on paper. Let's see how it looks in person, but I like it on paper.
C'est dans ce moment qu'on commence le 2, oui. Quand il fait le passe là, tu viens et tu commences, ok? Tu fermes le mieux et après, c'est toi. Quand je viens, c'est toi qui va, ok? Plus d'intensité dans cette position, ok? Plus vite qu'on ne passe, c'est ça? Vite, fais le pressing là et l'autre vient dans le mieux, ok? Et après, le jeu qui reste dans le mieux, ici, quand il fait le passe, par là, c'est lui qui vient vite, oui, et je joue cette ballon. Je joue le 1-2, ok? Mais c'est important le jeu dans le mieux, qui vient vite pour cette ballon, ok? Allez, oui, c'est ça c'est mieux, oui. Bien, très bien, très bien. Deux touches ici, 2 touches, oui, arrive, bien. C'est mieux, allez.
When I first started it was more like who knows what the future might bring, and I think now I look at it in a more serious way than I did when I first started.
Why coaching? I think this is an important question because you got to have a why. It has become a passion to me, and I think that's the most important thing. That's why it's in first place, because being a passion, it allows me to put the time into it and work hard at it, and that's the most important thing for me.
Quand je viens ici, je regarde la ballon et je retourne comme ça. Je suis prêt pour aller comme ça et comme ça, dans tout le temps. Si tu viens comme ça, n'est pas possible, ok? Allez, on commence. Fais bien ici, oui. Retour, oui. Travaille ensemble, parfait. Mieux. Bien joué. Arrive, oui. Bien. Fais le mieux, oui. C'est bon comme ça. Bien.
Who am I? Born in Cheltenham, raised in Portugal. Went to Portuguese school where I learnt the language, and that has been something that has changed my life, for the better.
How many languages do you speak, did you say?
Well, Portuguese, Spanish, English, and then depends how you edit my training video. I can say French or not.
It sounded French to me.
C'est très très important que tu parles, que tu dans les bons, comment se dit? Bon, consigne? Oui. Le bon consigne, encouragement, comment se dit? Encourage? Encouragement aussi. Oui, c'est très important. Parler plus, okay?
I don't care really about trying and failing at speaking French, because it's the best way to learn it is just speaking and learning every time. Every time I coach, my French gets better because I learn new words. I just ask the boys, like,
if I don't know a word, I ask them, and obviously you try and keep it. And I think languages, first of all, is like one of the best things that football's given me, or moving to Portugal gave me, and changed my life. Completely changed my life. Changed relationships that I've had and people that I've met, and the dynamics with people is completely different because of it. And I always appreciated it at Tottenham when players came and they really made an effort to try and learn English. I always appreciated that too, and I think it's just like, I don't know, I see it as like something respectful to do in the country that you're in, Yeah, just Duolingo every day, keep that streak going. Football has taken me on this journey, from Sporting to Tottenham for 9.5 years, and after...
So great to see the players who are transitioning into coaching, and to go and visit Eric Dyer over in Monaco as he does his UEFA B. And I told you we were going to be full of some of the best players to do it, and we're joined by former Norway Swindon striker Jan Åge Fjordstoff. Jan Åge, good to see you. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Lovely evening that you guys are putting up here.
Yeah, and your former clubs are so well represented tonight. They had such good seasons last year. You were in a PFA Team of the Year yourself, weren't you?
Back in 94, 95. I went down with Swindon in the Championship, went up with Borough, and I had 28 goals that season, so I was nominated and got into the Team of the Season, and great honour. I mean, it says here the players have spoken, and I mean that it's the biggest thing in football. That people will say that many times tonight, but to be complimented by your teammates or your opposition, that is the greatest thing.
Jan comes from a great lineage of Norwegian strikers. It arguably no better time to be a Norwegian football fan. The World Cup was amazing. I believe you were broadcasting. You were so proud of your national team, I'm sure.
Absolutely. And now I'm officially the Norwegian with the longest hair in the UK after Erling cut his hair.
I hope he's here. We need to see it. Do you like the new hair?
I like everything with Erling. Yeah. No, we had a fantastic World Cup. We managed to kind of hide our weaknesses and played on our strength with Martin Ødegaard, with Sheldrup, with Nusa, with Bob, with Haaland, of course, and Nyland in goal. That was a fantastic World Cup for us, and we should have beaten England. We would love to have beaten England, of course, but still against Brazil, that will be in the memory for Norwegians ever. And it just showed you how strong football is, because the whole football nation, the whole nation of Norway changed during those, and there was great advert for a small nation like ours.
Yeah, the row went all over the world. Norway became one of the big talking points of this World Cup. I just had Molly and Rosie Kamita here, two broadcasters. We're playing a game where they give me a question, I ask the next guest the question. So you think of a question, but I'm going to ask you the question they asked first. Who are you most looking forward to potentially bumping shoulders with tonight?
I will the Norwegians. I will hopefully. I'm not sure if Erling is coming. I know Egil Østenstad, Alfie is coming. My former teammates. But it's always good to interact with different people. Thomas Tuchel, that I know from Germany. I know when he was at Mainz, I had my first fight with him offside back in the day. So I look forward to see them.
And a question for me to ask the next person?
You will have to ask whoever comes. Who were the best striker from Norway if it wasn't Jan Fjørtoft?
Brilliant. I will ask that straight away. You enjoy your night. Stay out of fights if you see Thomas Tuchel. Anyway, enjoy it. Thanks for joining us, Jan. Now, as I said, we're going to be bringing you some great moments from the PFA throughout. So let's take a look at when we caught up with Vivian Miedema.
I like this little huddle. Can I come in? See? I'm fifth. Most of you might know that. But I'm really happy to be here with you today. I'm really sorry because my session today is all about defending. We know that I don't love defending, but you guys are going to be amazing today. So, go score if you can!
Where will be your coaching position on this?
Well, I do have a really small C there.
Yeah.
But I am going to try and stay out of the drill as much as I can, because when my coach stands in the way, I get very frustrated. So.
And have a think about, that's fine where you're moving around, but maybe predominantly, do you know if you can get yourself, because you're predominantly looking at the back four, if you can drift yourself round, do you know, either side of the post as well, so you can see, do you know, like...
Yeah, you want to be behind it instead of in front of it.
Yeah.
I think in that though, like, I want to let it flow as much as I can, because it becomes more game realistic. But obviously we will have a break in between as well.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'll bring my team together, and Holly will take the other team.
Okay.
To bring up any coaching points and go from there.
Yeah, looks like a plan.
No, need to pick up my stopwatch and my whistle downstairs.
Did you forget it last time?
Yeah, of course I did.
I marked you down for that, you know.
That's fine. I'll take that. Cut that out.
Yeah.
I'm fifth. Most of you might know that, but I'm really happy to be here with you today. I'm really sorry because my session today is all about defending. We know that I don't love defending, but you guys are going to be amazing today. I'm going to try and remember names, but I might not be very good in that. And Holly's going to help me because she knows all of you already. So we're going to start with a little pass and drill. So we've got, how many do we have in the end? 11. 1, 2, 3, 4.
But if you want Cal.
Do we want Carl or not?
You want Cal or not? Yeah.
Okay, right. So we can make it 6-6. So can I have 6 on that side and then 6 over here, please? So the very first drill is going to be about passing, which is easy. We all know how to do that. So you're just going to start here, play to the other side, and you're just going to play the next person behind you. And then you just follow your ball, okay? Really easy. And then after that, we go into 1v1 straight away. Yeah? Go for it. Good touch. Oh, lefty. Good job. Can you hold the ball at the next one? Right, just one tiny little change, really easy. You're just gonna make a little 1-2 in the middle, okay? Just so every time you play the ball up, little 1-2, you play it back, and a little 1-2 here as well, yeah? I think, as I've said before, like I feel a big responsibility to leave the women's game in a better place. And
great to see, and I told you I was going to be bringing some of the biggest names from across the game, and I'm joined by Tony Duggan. Tony, fantastic to see you. This is always a big one, isn't it?
Oh, it is. I love coming. I mean, I've been coming since I was about 19 years of age when it was down south, but I mean, the growth and the development of the women's game now and to see the girls rewarded is amazing. So yeah, delighted to be here. What's
great today is, for the first time, the WSL2, obviously it's professional now, they're going to be getting a PFA's Players Player of the Year. It shows how far the game's come, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. We used to go down south and all the awards were for the men and then there was the odd women's one, but now that's what I mean. It's a level playing field and that's how it should be. You know, it's nice to see boys and girls out here, and when you ask them who they're excited to meet, they're just as excited to meet the male players as they are the women. So, yeah, I love that. I mean, that was our aim when we were trying to grow women's football and get it to this level, and thankfully we're here now.
Well, enjoy your evening. We've got a little game going where you need to ask me, firstly, Jan Åge Fjørtoft was just here. He said, greatest Norwegian striker of all time?
Haaland.
Great. Now you need to give me a question who I'm going to ask the next person.
Oh, what did you have for breakfast?
What did you have for breakfast? Perfect. What did you have for breakfast?
Weetabix.
That's even boring. Tony, enjoy your night. More than Weetabix tomorrow anyway. Weetabix. Weetabix for breakfast. I told you it's coming thick and fast. I'm joined by Aaron Jolly. How are you? Good to see you. Just been taking some good pictures there, looking sharp. Good to be here?
Yeah, really excited. Really excited.
Well, look, 28 goals in all competitions last year. Top goal scorer in League Two. Fantastic season, wasn't it?
Yeah, not bad. Best one of my career so far. Important bit now is trying to stay hitting those numbers regularly.
And you got Ian Holloway down at Swindon. How has he brought the best out of you?
Just letting me be me, telling me go do what I do best, and yeah, just having that trust and belief in me.
Brilliant. Well, tonight's a good one. Just had Tony Duggan here. I think you just saw her. She gave me a question. I've got to ask you, what did you have for breakfast? She said Weetabix. I'm hoping you've got something better.
Oh, I had eggs, avocado, sourdough.
It's a progression on Weetabix anyway. Now you've got to give me a question to ask the next person to stop here. Go bigger than what did you have for breakfast, ideally?
What's your favourite movie?
Sturdy. What's yours?
I'd probably have to go Avengers, probably. Marvel, man.
Well, enjoy this evening, and again, congratulations on a fantastic season. Well done.
Nice one, thank you.
Avengers. That's a good movie, Avengers. Again, 28 goals in all competition, and we've got some absolute legend. We've got Michael Sylvester's just arrived over my shoulder. It's thick and fast. This is the thing we love about the PFA Awards. We've got the young players Player of the Year who are going to be here, the new generation, and we've also got the older players who have been there, done it, they've experienced it, like Jan, like him just there, and it's great to see the full range of players across the board. But let's take a look, because all season long the players have been voting, and these are your top 6, and one of these players is going to be taking home the PFA's Players Player of the Year. So let's take a look at this year's top 6 from across the board. This year's shortlist for Premier League's Players Player of the Year. Manchester City's Ryan Cherki, Bruno Fernandes from Manchester United, Manchester City's Erling Haaland, Gabriel from Arsenal, David Raya, also from Arsenal, and in the middle of the pitch for Arsenal, it's Declan Rice. That's this year's shortlist for Premier League's Players Player of the Year. And from the WSL, Kirsty Hansen from Aston Villa, Yui Hasegawa from Manchester City, it's Lauren James from Chelsea, Manchester United's Jess Park, Alessia Russo from Arsenal, and Bunny Shaw from Manchester City. This is your Young Player of the Year, top 6. Ryan Cherky, Manchester City, Max Dowman of Arsenal, Junior Krupi, Bournemouth, Kobe Mainu, Manchester United, Rio Ungamoa, Liverpool, and Nico O'Reilly, Manchester City. That makes up your top 6 for this year's Young Player of the Year. Your nominees for Young Player of the Year in the WSL: Laura Blinkilder-Brown, Manchester City, Viola Berman, Chelsea, Freya Godfrey, London City Lionesses, Toka Koga, Tottenham Hotspur, Olivia Smith, Arsenal, and Alicia Thompson from Chelsea. They're your top 6 for Young Player of the Year in the WSL. Now time for Players Player of the Year from the WSL 2. Ellie Brazil, Southampton, Lily Crosthwaite, Birmingham City, Abby Larkin, Crystal Palace, Emily Syme, Bristol City, Ashley Weirden, Crystal Palace, and Sophie Whitehouse from Charlton Athletic. And for the first time, that's your Players Player of the Year from the WSL 2. Here are your Championship Player of the Year nominees: Matt Grimes of Coventry, Hayden Hackney, Middlesbrough, Jack Radoni, Coventry City, Carl Rushworth, Coventry City, Zan Vopotnik, Swansea, Haji Wright, Coventry City. They make up your top 6 for Championship Players Player of the Year. Here are your top 6 for League One Players Player of the Year: Don Ballard, Leyton Orient, Amario Cozier-Dubry, Bolton Wanderers, David McGoldrick, Barnsley, Jack Molan, Lincoln City, Oliver Norwood, Stockport County, Carl Wotton, Stockport County. And that makes up your League One Players Player of the Year top 6. Your League 2 top 6 for Players Player of the Year: Sammy Braybrook, Chesterfield, last year's winner Michael Cheek from Bromley, Aaron Drynan, Swindon Town, Callum Patterson, MK Dons, Mitch Pinnock, Bromley, Omar Sawamni, Bromley. And that makes up your League 2 Players Player of the Year top 6. Welcome back to the red carpet here at the 2026 PFA Awards. And if you're just joining us on YouTube, X or Instagram, you've arrived at a good time, because the players are slowly making their way down the red carpet, and we'll be checking in with absolutely all of them. And if you haven't done it yet, make sure you subscribe to the PFA's YouTube channel. Now, I told you we'd be bringing some of the biggest names from the game. We just had Tony Duggan here, Lionesses royalty, and we thought, let's see how well you guys at home know ball. So throughout the night, we're going to be asking you some trivia questions, and if you know the answers, leave them in the comments, and if you're right, we'll be reading out some of the winners later in the stream. So to start off with our trivia, 5 Lionesses have won the PFA Players Player of the Year award. Can you name all of them? Can you name all 5 Lionesses to have won the PFA Players Player of the Year award? If you know the answer, leave it in the comments. We'll have trivia questions for you all the way through the night. Now, throughout the evening, along with speaking to some of the biggest names in football, we've also been looking at some of the great work that the PFA does to help players transition into their next venture. But the PFA also helps players who are out of contract to stay fit in the off-season and get themselves back into a club. So let's take a look at the PFA pre-season camp as it approaches its 4th year of running. It's helped so many players get back into the professional game. It's one of the best things the PFA does. So let's take a look at the pre-season camps. Live work.
Stay on that right hand side as well.
You don't want to go in the Borough Town Centre.
Leg, lads. Checking both sides. Shoulders opposite leg. You're going to go again with an exaggerate that kick out. Yeah, out. Exaggerate that kick. Exaggerate that kick out. Yeah. Just the day after. Okay, we're going to start working then. But now we're going to get low. Just drop it up. Same on the red cone. Ready? Let's go. Out. Through. Around the yellows.
You won't know it, but we've just been looking at the PFA's pre-season camps, which help players get back into clubs when they're out of contract. Fantastic work. And I told you we'd be joined by some of the best players to do it. Especially Bassel, good to see you at the PFA Awards. Good to be here.
Nice. Happy to be here, to be fair, yeah.
Well, look, defenders, it's tough for you guys on these awards, isn't it? But a few have managed to nick one over the years. Who's the standouts for you at the minute in the Premier League?
At the minute, the season just started, but we're going to look at the previous season. And even though I'm a Spurs, are hard, and Newcastle, I would say William Saliba, for me, always been one of my favourite central defender. And I think he had a terrific season last season, especially leading Arsenal to the title. So for me, he would be my contender, obviously.
You're just saying it's a while since you've been here, but this awards is voted for by the players. It's the people you can compete against. That makes it just that bit more special, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's no better recognition than to be recognized by his own peers, because we know each other, we know what it takes, and we actually trust each other in terms of judgment. So I think that makes it very special and very valuable, and I think that's why they love it.
And the PFA works with so many foundations, does some great work in the community. It's not just what happens on the pitch, that's part of what the PFA do too as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's a big improvement, and that's what makes it so valuable, because the work off the pitch is, for me, what makes the whole difference. And credit to the PFA, and as you know, I'm in contact with them all the time, and I really love the work.
Well, look, we just had Swindon Town's top goal scorer this season. We're asking them to ask the question for me to ask the next person. So his question to you, he didn't know it would be you, but his question to you was, what's your favourite movie?
My favourite movie? Oh, that's a good one. I'd say Man on Fire, Denzel Washington.
Ooh, can't beat Denzel, can you? It's too smooth, too smooth. Well, now it's your turn, so you've got to give me a question to ask the next person.
What's your biggest fear?
Oh, deep. We're gone from movie to biggest fear. Well, enjoy your evening. Enjoy that. Well done. I don't know what my biggest fear is. What's your biggest fear?
What's your biggest fear?
What's yours?
No, it's not about
You're not
me.
scared of anything?
I am. You know what? My biggest fear would be to fail as a dad.
Wow. I feel you on that one. That's good. Enjoy. Well, from one question to another, we've gone from movie to biggest fear. We're asking all the big questions here on the red carpet. Great to see former players come down and appreciate all the fantastic words that the PFA do. So we're great. We're going to have more and more people coming down along the red carpet very shortly. But do you know what? Some of these people, they've been here for a long time. You were here pretty much first, weren't you? Who are you most looking forward to seeing?
Anyone.
Who's your favourite player?
Haaland.
Haaland, great. You? Haaland. Lots of Haaland fans here. Again, these people, it's a great evening for everyone concerned to come down and see some of the players, some of the people that they watch week in, week out in the fan. It's great because as each car approaches, I'm sure you can see on our other camera, as each car comes down, everyone's taking a little glimpse at who's getting out of the car, who's going to go in. So it's fantastic. You're just getting a glimpse of your superstars. And I think our hosts for the evening have actually just arrived. They're going to be presenting in there. Dave Jones, we've got Jules Breach, my colleague at TNT Sports. They're just getting their picture taken. I don't know, I saw Jules actually in the hotel and she said she was going to wear a yellow dress. So how are you doing? All good? It's good? We've got some of the best photographers too here today, and Dave Jones just waiting to speak. Great photo, great touch. How's it going for you? Who are you most looking forward to photographing this evening?
I don't know. Let me think.
Well, you know, Declan's always good. He's a pretty boy, isn't he?
Yeah. Who's?
No, I'm going to get Kenny, Mr. Kenny Dalglish.
King Kenny Dalglish, this year's Merit Award winner, will be here. Fantastic achievement, given so much to the game. Okay, now your turn for a little name drop. The most famous person you've taken down your viewfinder.
Do you want footballer or do you want...
Anything.
I suppose Beckham. I've worked with Beck's lots, but Usain Bolt, I was his photographer. Mr. Tom Cruise.
We're not messing around on the PFA Awards. Where do I go from Usain Bolt, David Beckham, Tom Cruise? And look, Dave Jones has joined us. We're just waiting for Jules, but you're going to be hosting again this evening, Dave. It's a fantastic evening. It looks incredible in there. Did such a good job over the last few years to be back. But how much are you looking forward to this evening?
It's really exciting. It's one of my highlights of the year, I have to say. You know, we see the guys obviously every weekend in a very stressful environment, and it's nice to see them in their suits and a little bit more relaxed and celebrating all their achievements.
I was saying on radio actually earlier, we're super lucky to be broadcasters in sport, but tonight you just see the armour go down a little bit of the players, don't they? Because they're celebrating individual performances, and you see them just relax a little bit more, don't you?
A little bit. You know, these guys, certainly the top end players that we're talking about, I think there's always a little bit of control, isn't there, with these people? You probably have to get them away from football on holiday before you see the true characters. But yes, more than in the tunnel, that is for sure.
And we're waiting for Jules Breach over here, who I think is coming to join us. We've got both hosts here. Jules, we're just saying it's a fantastic evening. I just was with Jules this weekend. TNT Sports, Jules Breach. How much are you looking forward to this evening?
Yeah, it's always amazing to be at the PFA Awards every single year. This is the 4th year that I've been asked to come and host these awards, so it's always a real honour to come back, and great to be with Dave again this year.
Yeah, it's going to be great vibes in there. Every person who comes to speak to me is giving me a question for me to ask the next people who come along. So Sebastian Bassong just came and he said, what's your biggest fear? He went deep. So both of you, what's your biggest fear? And then have a think of the next question for me to ask.
That's quite easy for me. I mean, I'm just about to host these awards in front of 1,000 or more people, and it's quite a big profile event. So I might fall off the stage or lose my voice or completely dry up of questions. I mean, there's quite a few going on there.
So pre-show nerves. You, Jules, any big fears?
I am petrified of heights. I hate heights. Okay. I don't like anything high. You could never get, have you been on the top of Tottenham Hotspur Stadium?
I have, but I love it.
Yeah, no, not for me. I could not do anything like that. So yeah, my biggest fear is heights.
Brilliant. And a question to ask the next person who comes down.
What's your pre-match meal?
Okay, pre-match meal. Jules, anything good?
What's your post-match drink?
Okay, pre-match meal, post-match drink.
What's yours going to be?
I'll see you both for a post-awards drink after, but go well and good luck.
Enjoy the night.
Take care, thanks very much. Jules Breach and Dave, obviously our host this evening. Jules, you went with the yellow dress! It's a winner! So Jules and our two hosts this evening are going to do a fantastic job. They're going to be inside the Opera House there as they come out, and told you we'd be joined by... No, Jordan Nobbs is not coming to us. She's going to someone else first. So we're going to just wait and see who's coming up next. But as you can tell, it's thick and fast here on the red carpet. People are arriving very quickly. I'm going to answer their question. Pre-match meal. I actually haven't eaten before this, but my post red carpet drink, something bubbly, I guess, something good. How are you guys doing with the trivia on the feed? Have you managed to pick up those 5 Lionesses who have all won the PFA Awards? We've got just arriving to our left is the players from Millwall. They obviously had such a great season. Getting there, I like that. Look, he's going with a smile. He's how's it going? All good? You're just live on YouTube. We're on Instagram. Millwall last season, such a good season. How are you feeling?
Feel good. Obviously last season was a great season. We're just obviously looking to build on it this season. I think there's a good buzz around the camp, around the club, so hopefully we can do something special again.
And we hear the PFA Awards, is we've mentioned it a few times, but voted for by the players. It makes it just that little bit more special, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's a massive accolade, obviously. Number one to be nominated for something like this, but for the players around the championship to nominate me as well for this is just even more special.
We just had our host Jules Breach and Dave here. They're asking questions. I'm going to ask you the question they asked. First, pre-match meal. Second, post-match drink.
Pre-match meal, pancakes.
What are we going on top?
Banana and honey. Just keeping it simple.
No syrup? No? Bit of just honey instead. And after the game, a drink, celebration of the season. What's your tipple?
Water.
Come on, bro.
For celebration.
You'll have one at the end of the year.
a little cocktail. I don't know, pina colada, something like that. I'm not a big drinker, so pina colada is good enough for me.
Well, seeing as you've joined us, you've got to give me the question to ask the next person. So think of something good.
Traditions, I guess, like what's the word?
Superstition?
Superstition, yeah.
Okay,
Pre-match.
pre-match superstition. Well, enjoy your night.
Thank you.
I'll have a pina colada if you won't, but well done. Enjoy. Congrats on another great season. Pina coladas, post-match celebration drink. I don't mind it, especially in the sun. That is my actual holiday go-to drink. But as I said, for those on the stream, it is arriving thick and fast. Do you know what? Should we throw another trivia question your way? It's a good one. Only 3 players from outside of Europe have won the men's PFA Players Player of the Year award. Who are they? So 3 players from outside of Europe have won the PFA's Players Player of the Year award. Who are they? I'll give you a little clue. One of them is last year's winner. So 3 players outside of Europe who have won the PFA Player of the Year, and I'm joined by, look, we've got royalty on royalty on royalty. Jordan Nobbs, good to see you. How are you? Just come on my left here, brilliant. Fantastic suit, looking good, looking good. How much do you enjoy the awards this evening? It's always one of the best nights, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I think anytime you get to do this as a player, it's nice to enjoy the moments, yeah.
And this year, WSL2 is at the PFA Players Player of the Year. It's been such a good addition, isn't it, the WSL2? Great to see.
Yeah, I think the way the women's games going, I think we should be highlighting, especially in the WSL2. You know, the game's growing, and I think it's great that we're now showcasing, the league.
And it's a stacked top 6. Did anyone you voted for made it into the top 6?
They have, yeah. I think they'll win tonight, but I won't say yet.
Fingers crossed, because you'll be finding out who's going to win very shortly. Now, we just had a Millwall player. They're basically asking a question for me to ask the next question. Next person who comes to speak to me, that was pre-match superstitions. Do you have any?
No, but I don't like to go out on the pitch. I like to get ready quickly. Don't know if that's a superstition or not.
You just wait till 5 minutes before the whistle.
No, I'll get ready really fast. So, you know, normally you go to the stadium, everyone walks out, looks at the grass. I get ready, like to be relaxed, and that's probably my only one, yeah. I was worse when I was younger.
Okay, well now you've got to give me one to ask the next person. Have you got anything good?
Oh, got a clue for me?
I think of something good. So something like a good question. One, like, you can go as obscure as you want. We've not got footballers, we've got musicians, we've got artists.
Yeah, favourite artist. Something like that, yeah.
You know what? Footballers give us stick for asking the most basic questions, and then you give me what's your favourite artist.
Prepared for questions.
You know what? I'll ask them anyway. But enjoy your evening. Good to see you as always. Actually, we did a little trivia for the live stream. 5 Lionesses to have won the PFA's Player of the Year award. Can you name
all of them?
All of them.
Lucy Bronze.
Yeah.
Lauren Hemp. No.
That was a young player.
Oh. Kim Little.
I'm afraid not, but deserved. Kim Little deserved one, didn't she? You rack your brain on that, because I haven't told them the answer yet. Okay. But thanks for joining us. And favourite artist I've got to ask next, yeah?
You can make one if you want.
No, because they're watching. They're watching. They're going to ask what's next. Well, enjoy your evening. And
No,
again, thanks for speaking to us. Jordan Nobbs joined us just there. So, yeah, we've got Byron Webster. Byron Webster's just over my shoulder. Actually, a former teammate of mine who had great success with Bromley last year. He just retired. Byron, I hope he comes to speak to me. Actually, I haven't seen him for a few years. But Byron, just saying, former teammates just looks like the most handsome man who's walked the carpet so far. Have to say congratulations on retirement. Cheers. Finally hung them up. We played together at Yeovil. Feels like a long time away, but you went out on a high with Bromley.
Yeah, I've been fortunate. You know, I've had a few highs at Yeovil, Millwall, and Bromley. And yeah, it was good to finish on a high. So yeah, proud of my career.
You used to kick a 17-year-old me pretty much every Thursday.
Made me stronger.
Made me stronger. What's up next? Now you're retired.
Doing a bit of punditry for Millwall, and then I've done all my coaching badges. So yeah, I'll be starting my coaching/managing career.
Congratulations. Well, Jordan Nobbs was just here. Everyone who stops has to ask the question. The last person left. She said, "What's your favourite artist?"
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran. Yeah. Okay, nice. And you've got to give me a question to ask the next person. What do you reckon?
Next person. How long did it take him to get ready tonight?
How long did it take you?
Nah, quick.
There's a bee. I don't know. I can't believe I just got scared of a bee. How long did it take you to get ready? That barnet took a few minutes, didn't it? Hey? Well, look, Byron Webster there has just arrived at the PFA Awards. But as mentioned, we're going to be taking a look at some of the incredible work that the PFA do throughout the year. They work with players on so many different fronts. One of those is players and their foundation. So let's take a look at Eberechi Eze Foundation and how that has teamed up with the PFA to do some incredible work throughout the community.
Partnering with people like the PFA, it shows how impactful the work can be if you've got two people who are as passionate as each other. The fact that we had the capacity to set this task over 2 months ago, in between that period we had catch-up sessions with people from the PFA, and then they came back today as like a celebration process almost. It shows the level of detail and effort on our end, and I think the young people honoured that are putting forth their best today as well.
This has been an incredible opportunity for our young students. It's really helped them grow an understanding of the different careers that are out there for them, and ultimately build their confidence around communicating with others.
What's the most valuable thing you've learned?
I think it's taught me that there's more to football than just playing on the pitch. Even after you've finished your career on the pitch, you can still go into them other careers as well.
It's been great for us to collaborate with the Eze Foundation, helping these young people explore new careers, something we do day in, day out with players. And hopefully some of these young people will take something from today and get proactive in the workplace.
I've been thoroughly blown away by their enthusiasm, but more than that, their preparation. They've taken the opportunity with both hands. Rather than just coming here as a day off of school, they've actually treated it as something that it's worthwhile being at.
We rehearsed it over and over before coming here, and then actually coming here and performing it how we did it in the rehearsals was quite a good feeling, because it meant that all the practice we'd done beforehand actually paid off.
Some of us felt nervous, we could have done better, but I felt that this was really good because it helped us build our social skills as well as our helping us network with other people.
It's quite interesting to hear from the team that they can see that these young people have come on leaps and bounds since the first session. I think this would really give them even more confidence going forward. When they leave the offices today, they would have that joy and that sort of hunger now, even more for them to commit to the next assignment, commit to the next project. Now we've got the very difficult decision of actually deciding who comes out on top.
We are going with Group 4. Group 4.
As you can see, the red carpet here behind me is filling up nicely, and if you haven't, and if you're just joining us, make sure you like the PFA's YouTube channel. We're going to be bringing you all the interviews with some of the biggest names from across football, music, television as they arrive on this red carpet. Now, I believe some of your questions, some of the answers to the questions have been coming in thick and fast. Next one for you: only 3 players outside of Europe have won the PFA's Players Player of the Year. Who are they? And I gave you a clue. One of them is last year's winner. So 3 players to have won the PFA Players Player of the Year from outside of Europe. Now, if you can hear that noise coming from my right, that is because Angry Ginge, local Manchester lad, has just arrived on the red carpet. Big Manchester United fan, and he has just arrived on my left, and I believe very soon he's going to be making his way over to me, which will be great because I like to see his thoughts, especially being down the road, and lots of excitement obviously other than the weekend for Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes is in the top 6 who's up for the PFA Men's Player of the Year today. He's managed to make it onto the shortlist after breaking the assist record last season. So Angry Ginger is just on my left. He's just on my right shoulder. I think he's going over to meet some of the supporters first to see them, because he's been one of the most popular people who have been on the red carpet so far. So we'll see if we can grab him in a second, but we will let you know because he's a very popular man. Now, let me see how you're doing for the we've got players. We've got actors behind us. It's a stacked red carpet, and I think he's going to come over very shortly. But no, we are second in line, so he's gone over to BBC Sport first. And we're saying those trivia questions: 5 Lionesses to have won the PFA Players Player of the Year, and also 3 players outside of Europe to take the top trophy. Enia Luco, former England Lioness, is just arriving on my shoulder. I think she will hopefully come over and speak to us shortly. She's just having a hug with Jules Breach, but we'll get Enia real soon. I told you it was worth sticking with us on the stream because the players are going to be arriving thick and fast. They seem to be milling around right behind us here. We'll see if we can grab Eni shortly, maybe. She's Eni Aluko. I told you we've just got Lioness's royalty coming to speak to us today. Eni, fantastic to see you. Look amazing. It's always a great evening. We're live on YouTube, X, Instagram for PFA. Tonight's a good one, isn't it? Voted for by the players. There's no media, there's no press votes. It's the players who play against them.
Exactly.
So there's no arguments.
It's the greatest honour, right, when you're voted for by the players. There's no greater compliment than that.
Yeah.
So the PFA Awards was always one that I felt really special to be part of. I was nominated for Team of the Year in 2015. I came second in the Player of the Year in 2015 as well, and I'll never forget it because, again, it was voted by the players.
Yeah, incredible. And this year, for the first time, WSL2 is represented here. That's great to see, isn't it?
It is great to see because that's about the pyramid of women's football, the talent, that doesn't always get sort of recognised, gets recognised tonight at the PFA Awards. And there's a depth of talent, some really strong teams down in WSL2. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see who wins Team of the Year, who wins Player of the Year. As we know, women's football is going from strength to strength.
And every year this carpet gets bigger, it gets more stacked. Everyone who comes to speak to me has to leave me with a question to ask the next person to come down.
Okay.
We've had What's Your Biggest Fear? We've had Pre-Match Meal. But I know Eni Aluko is going to set the bar. It's going to be the best question that we've had so far. So leave me one and I'll ask the next person to come down.
Okay, so I'm going to ask if you could choose between your greatest fear and your if you could choose between achieving your greatest fear let me start again.
She's thinking deep. That's what we like. We like that.
It's too deep.
We
It's
like
too
that.
deep. It's too deep.
But give me something good. What have we got?
Okay, let's just go for an easy one. The best place you'd recommend to go on holiday that is not Europe.
Where you like a
Big Japan fan.
Food, incredible.
Food, culture, arts, music. Yeah, I'd highly recommend.
Okay, so a holiday location outside of your. Eddie,
thought
you're a
something
pro. That's good. That's good. That's better than someone's asked what's for breakfast. So the bar's on the floor. That's great. Eni Aluko, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Enjoy your evening. So holiday destinations outside of Europe. Well, we just asked a question about Europe. So for those who are still locked into the quick trivia, 3 players to win the PFA Players Player of the Year from outside of Europe. I gave you a clue. One of those is last year winners. So so far we've had 2 trivia questions. Make sure you leave some questions in the comments. We've got over my left shoulder our producer Marcus. He's going to be reading all of your comments. He's going to give me a few to ask to read out. We've got more incredible broadcasters just arriving on my left. No hiding what team you support. No hiding how the result went yesterday. Must be happy to be a Chelsea fan at the minute.
My FPL is very happy. I put in Pedro, Rogers and Cole, and it's a great start to the season. Chubby's doing amazing.
Yeah, good time to be Chelsea. How are you? How much are you looking forward to this evening?
This is my 4th year in a row.
Yeah.
Liam was with me on my 1st year. It's the night everyone looks forward to. It's the night that the players value the most. So I'm really excited. It's the best night of the year.
Well, Eni Aluko was just here and everyone asked the next person a question. So she said your favourite holiday destination outside of Europe. Where would you choose?
I'm going to say my homeland, Jamaica.
Big up.
Big up, Jamaica.
Can't beat a bit of a trip to Jamaica. And now you've got to leave me a question to ask the next person.
Ooh, who is going to be the PFA Player of the Year next year?
Next year. I like it. Mystic Ball, Mystic Meg, Magic Ball. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you, Liam.
Well
Keep
done.
smashing it.
Yeah, appreciate you. I told you we got football royalty, we've got broadcasting royalty. I think we're just waiting for we got Osmo Begovic, who's just hopefully about to join us. Maybe we have to wait and see. He might dip down there. He's good. That's good. Good to see you. Well done. So good because our cameramen were sweating there. They'd have to whip the tripod up real tall because that is a tall man, as you would expect from a goalkeeper. But while we wait for Angry Ginge, who is going to be with us very soon, let's take a look at this year's top 6 and the nominees from across the awards tonight. We've got nominees in the EFL, WSL2, Premier League and the WSL. So let's take a look at those top 6 nominees for this year's PFA's Players Player of the Year. This year's shortlist for Premier League's Players Player of the Year. Manchester City's Ryan Cherki, Bruno Fernandes from Manchester United, Manchester City's Erling Haaland, Gabriel from Arsenal, David Raya, also from Arsenal, And in the middle of the pitch for Arsenal, it's Declan Rice. That's this year's shortlist for Premier League's Players' Player of the Year. And from the WSL, Kirsty Hansen from Aston Villa, Yui Hasegawa from Manchester City, it's Lauren James from Chelsea, Manchester United's Jess Park, Alessia Russo from Arsenal, and Bunny Shaw from Manchester City. This is your Young Player of the Year, top 6. Rayan Cherki, Manchester City. Max Dowman of Arsenal. Junior Krupi, Bournemouth. Kobe Mainu, Manchester United. Rio Ungamoa, Liverpool. And Nico O'Reilly, Manchester City. That makes up your top 6 for this year's Young Player of the Year. Your nominees for Young Player of the Year in the WSL: Laura Blinkilde-Brown, Manchester City. Viola Berman, Chelsea. Freya Godfrey, London City Lionesses. Toka Koga, Tottenham Hotspur. Olivia Smith, Arsenal. And some of this year's nominees, and we're joined by, I'm going to say it, Manchester royalty on his PFA Awards debut. Angry Ginge, good to see you. Soaking it in, you enjoying it?
Yeah, no, I'll be honest, I'm really nervous. Yeah. First time ever here. Never thought I'd ever be invited here. Obviously, I thought I had to be decent at football, so I'll take it. But yeah, no, I'm buzzing. I'm just taking it all in. I just seen Asma Begovic stood over there in front of me, so yeah, it's crazy.
It's funny, the world you're in, but you still get so excited when you see the players, don't we?
Yeah, I'm not even joking. I will never ever not get nervous meeting footballers. They've just got that aura about them.
We're seeing more and more footballers get on the content. Erling's got his YouTube channel. If you could choose one to get on a stream or start YouTube, which player do you reckon would be good?
For content, I'd go Jack Grealish.
Oh, it'd be good, wouldn't it?
He'd be good.
You can get him in.
Yeah, listen, we'll see how his season goes, but he'd be hilarious.
But lots of excitement at Manchester. Bruno Fernandes is in the top 6. He's nominated this evening. How good is it that the PFA Awards are here in Manchester? Because it's a football hub, isn't it, this city?
It is. I mean, you've got the biggest team in England here in Manchester United. You've also got another club here in City. They've not done too bad recently. But I think Manchester probably resembles football at the minute. I think the size of the club that is here, and obviously City as well, dominating for the past couple of years, shows what sort of brilliance we've got in the city.
Everyone who comes and stands here has to answer the question of the person before and leave me with a question. So we just had Soraya, a broadcaster here, and her question was, who is going to win the PFA Players Player of the Year next year? So when we're on the carpet here next year, look into your magic ball and who do you think could take it?
Declan Rice.
Declan Rice. And now you can't leave without leaving me a question for the next person. Do you know what? I'll be honest, I'm quite disappointed with the bar of questions. So if you can do a good one.
I don't know who's next.
No, that's the point. No one knows who's next.
What if I give a really dodgy question? You've asked it to someone that shouldn't have.
Well, I say Angry Ginge told me to ask it, so it's alright.
Alright. Could it be anything?
Anything you want. Anything you want.
Alright. No. Where's the line here?
There is no line.
There's no line.
We're on YouTube.
Oh, we're on YouTube?
We're on YouTube.
Oh, perfect.
I don't know if we can swear, but there is no line. We're on YouTube.
What's something that turns you on? Whoever you ask that question to, good luck.
I'm going to have to check if I can do that one. Can you give me a reserve one, just in case?
What's your favourite biscuit to dunk in a cup of tea?
Do you know what? I actually think that's a better question.
Right, okay,
but what is your favourite biscuit? I'm going custard cream underrated biscuit dunker.
See, I would go for a hobnob.
It's crumbly though. They're a bit crumbly.
I'm glad you said that because you're not wrong. But I don't mind it because I normally leave the little bit of tea at the bottom anyway because that's got all the crumbs in.
But I'll be honest, if you go for one of those, you've got it's in and out.
Nah, because I think you can let it. You get a good 2-3 seconds out of it. Depends how hot your tea is.
Any honourable mentions? I'm going custard cream. You're going a hobnob.
Honourable mention. I'll go just a normal chocolate digestive.
It's the classic, isn't it? It is. It's like bog standard 442. No frills, but it does the job.
It's crouching default up front, innit? Do you know what I mean? But you know what I will give credit to? Rich Tea. I don't think they get enough credit.
Do you know what? Big question. For those who are watching on X, who are watching on Instagram and YouTube, what is the best biscuit to dunk? That's Angry Ginger's question. I'm going to be asking whoever's next. Hopefully it's someone good. Maybe Kenny Dalglish. I'm going to save it for King Kenny, and I'm going to do that. But pleasure to see you. Enjoy the evening. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Right. Well, I'm glad I don't have to ask that first question. So that one's gone. But Best biscuit to dunk. Wow, big question. A hobnob. I wouldn't have ever thought that Angry Ginge would have gone for a hobnob. Now, I told you, this is the stage of the evening where people are starting to arrive. And we can just see Kenny Dalglish. So Kenny Dalglish, King Kenny, has just made his way to the carpet. This year's PFA's merit winner. He's going to be coming along to join us shortly. We've got players from MK Dons who are just on the carpet after their fantastic season. They're just there. But we're going to hang fire, and we're going to be joined by Sir Kenny Dalglish. When we talk about football royalty, that is it right there, the PFA merit winner for this year, joining an incredible list of names who have gone on to win the Merit Award. And while he is waiting to have his photos taken, we'll be there. I can't believe, can you believe it? Can you believe Angry Ginge said the best biscuit to dunk was a hobnob? I know, you hear it. I can't believe it. A hobnob as the best biscuit to dunk is crazy. But yeah, stay with us on the stream, and if you haven't, make sure that you like, you subscribe, you share it, because we're getting into the thick of the awards. That's not a bad one for you, is it? Kenny Dalglish there arriving, this year's merit winner. He's going to be with me very soon. You hang fire, because that's a good one to get, isn't it? He'll be with us. He'll be with us. You've got to look after yourself. It's football royalty there. Kenny Dalglish has just arrived. Sir King Kenny, great to see him here, and great to see he won 6 league titles, 3 European Cups with Liverpool. We're talking a great player, a fantastic manager, Scotland's joint records men's goal scorer, and this year's very deserved winner of the PFA Merit Award, taking pictures there with his family, and as you can see, a popular man to have arrived on this carpet, and we're very lucky to have him with us here. And Liverpool obviously have had so many winners of this award over the year. Kenny Dalglish won it the year after that. Liverpool's record goal scorer Ian Rush won the award. So Kenny's in a long line of fantastic Liverpool players to have won the awards. And as he edges closer, we have to remember we're going to be bringing you all of the biggest interviews that you could want here on the stream. So if you are still with us while we wait for King Kenny, we are going to go with these trivia questions. So far we've got 5 Lionesses to have won the PFA Players Player of the Year award, and also 3 players outside of Europe who have won the award. 3 players outside of Europe. I think Kenny Dalglish is going to be with us very, very soon. He's just with his family there. So stick with us as he comes over. First man to wear a blue suit this evening. It looks fantastic. But stay with us, because Kenny Dalglish is going to be joining us very, very shortly, if that's okay. So Kenny, good to see you. Congratulations on this year's Merit Award winner. Fantastic to see you. I know you've got a lot to do, but well done on your award. It's fantastic to see you. How good is it to be here, voted for by the players? It's a fantastic evening, isn't it?
It's nice to know people you're playing against is voted for you, but I'm just really impressed with the size of the operation. I never realised it was this big.
Well, a lot of people are going to be celebrating all you've given to football. We feel very lucky to have you here. Everyone who stops here, the person before asks me a question. So we just had Angry Ginge. He wanted to ask the favourite biscuit, your favourite biscuit to dunk in a cup of tea.
Me?
Not you, just whoever came next. Do you have a favourite biscuit to dunk in a cup of tea?
We used to have McVitie's digestives. Chocolate for the Scots boys.
You can't.
Chocolate for the English boys.
You can't be that, and you've got to give me a question to ask the next person. Any question in the world?
Oh, I don't know what. Does you know what I like to drink?
Kenny, congratulations. We'll see you later on this year's Merit winner. Thanks for joining us. Kenny Dalglish here on the red carpet of the PFA Awards. We said we'd be bringing football royalty, and we've just done that just there. So while we wait for the next guest, while we take a breather, while you take a breather, while you go get a cup of tea for something to dunk, here are our top 6 nominees for this year's PFA Players Player of the Year from across the EFL, from across the Premier League, from across the WSL and the WSL too. So let's take a look at those top 6 nominees. This year's shortlist for Premier League's Players Player of the Year. Manchester City's Ryan Cherki, Bruno Fernandes from Manchester United, Manchester City's Erling Haaland, Gabriel from Arsenal, David Raya, also from Arsenal. And in the middle of the pitch for Arsenal, it's Declan Rice. That's this year's shortlist for Premier League's Players Player of the Year. And from the WSL, Kirsty Hansen from Aston Villa, Yui Hasegawa from Manchester City. It's Lauren James from Chelsea. Manchester United's Jess Park. Alessia Russo from Arsenal. And Bunny Shaw from Manchester City. This is your Young Player of the Year, top 6. Rayan Cherki, Manchester City. Max Dowman of Arsenal. Junior Krupi, Bournemouth. Kobe Mainu, Manchester United. Rio Ungamoa, Liverpool. And Nico O'Reilly, Manchester City. That makes up your top 6 for this year's Young Player of the Year. Your nominees for Young Player of the Year in the WSL: Laura Blinkilde-Brown, Manchester City. Viola Berman, Chelsea. Freya Godfrey, London City Lionesses. Toka Koga, Tottenham Hotspur. Olivia Smith, Arsenal. And Alicia Thompson from Chelsea. They're your top 6 for Young Player of the Year in the WSL. Now time for Players Player of the Year from the WSL 2. Ellie Brazil, Southampton. Lily Crosthwaite, Birmingham City. Abby Larkin, Crystal Palace. Emily Syme, Bristol City. Ashley Weirden, Crystal Palace. And Sophie Whitehouse from Charlton Athletic. And for the first time, that's your Players Player of the Year from the WSL 2. Here are your Championship Player of the Year nominees. Matt Grimes of Coventry. Hayden Hackney, Middlesbrough. Jack Radoni, Coventry City. Carl Rushworth, Coventry City. Zan Vopotnik, Swansea. Haji Wright, Coventry City. They make up your top 6 for Championship Players Player of the Year. Here are your top 6 for League One Players Player of the Year. Don Ballard, Leyton Orient. Amario Cozier-Dubry, Bolton Wanderers. David McGoldrick, Barnsley. Jack Molan, Lincoln City. Oliver Norwood, Stockport County. Carl Wotton, Stockport County. And that makes up your League One Players Player of the Year top 6. Your League 2 top 6 for Players Player of the Year. Sammy Braybrook, Chesterfield. Last year's winner, Michael Cheek from Bromley. Aaron Drynan, Swindon Town. Callum Patterson, MK Dons. Mitch Pinnock, Bromley. Omar Sawamni, Bromley. And that makes up your League 2 Players Player of the Year top 6. Welcome back to the PFA's red carpet ahead of this year's PFA Awards, and the talent, the elite players across the world are arriving in their droves. It's getting packed here on the red carpet, and as we wait for our next guest, make sure that you've subscribed to the PFA's YouTube channel. Leave some questions in the comments and get answering those trivia questions. To my left is this year's PFA Merit Award winner, my colleague at TNT, Karen Carney. She's going to be coming over to speak to us very soon. She looks fantastic, doesn't she? Great. We've got Ray Charles there. We've got some television royalty arriving on the red carpet. Kaz, so good to see you. I'll let you go and get to those very soon. Karen Carney's this year's PFA's Merit winner. How does it feel to be here, to be receiving an award?
By the way, you look great.
You look great. I was just telling them how great you look. Look great.
It's different vibes on Saturdays for us.
Different. Yeah, we were at Hull United on Saturday, but as we're in Manchester, let's not mention that.
Okay.
But it's for you to pick up an award.
Yeah.
Great to be here, Emma.
Thank you. Yeah, really honoured, really privileged. It's a great event. It's my first time at the awards, so really special to be here. And yeah, like you said, I'm picking up the Merit Awards, and to Kenny Dalglish's as well. So to be in great company, and what a legend that he is. So yeah, really excited for tonight.
Yeah, fantastic company, and part of your work off the pitch, we're seeing the WSL 2 receive an award today. A big smile, but it deserves to be recognised. It's been such a great addition to women's football, and you've been a big part of that too.
Look, we want as many players to be professional as possible. We want as many leagues to be competitive as possible. So it's really nice to see the recognition of the WSL 2. I followed it a lot for various different reasons, and the quality and standards is really good, and it's improved, and we want that to continue for the women's game.
Now, everyone who stops here has to give me a question to ask the next person. Kenny Dalglish was here, but he got whisked off before he could give me a question. So if you could leave me a question to ask whoever stops next, that would be brilliant.
What did they have for breakfast?
Had that one, Kaz.
Oh, wow.
The bar's on the floor. Come on.
The bar is a low.
It's a low bar. Come on.
Favourite song?
Favourite song? What's yours?
I'll put Olivia Dean out there.
Ooh, She's on a good run, isn't she? Kaz Carney, enjoy tonight again. Congratulations. See you soon. Karen Carney there. Favourite song? I don't know what my favourite song is. What's your favourite song? Let us know in the comments what your favourite song is. Everyone arrives. This is the part of the evening I love at the PFA Awards because everyone arrives at the same time. They all look brilliant on their they take their pictures. Coming up next, Deschamps, for those who follow Arsenal will know who he is, one of the biggest up-and-coming content creators. He's got a great following on Instagram, great following on TikTok. He's enjoying his first time here at the PFA Awards. And for the Arsenal fans, they'll know about that guy. They'll know, hey, he's on a good run. He's on a good run. He's on a good run. He's going to be coming to speak to us very soon. Got the Arsenal contingent right here. Are you just on BTS, are you? You're just on BTS. You're on vibes and BTS. So, yeah, Arsenal, you know, they had a fantastic year. They highlighted that by how many players have made it into the top 6. We're going to take a look at the team of the year. You wouldn't be surprised if some Arsenal players were in there. This guy is enjoying his time on the red carpet. Come and join us. You've been in first PFA Awards. I know you're on a high after Arsenal lifted the trophy. Have you stopped smiling since last season?
Listen, I'll be honest with you. Yeah. This is not the standards for my club because we have not won the Premier League in 91, 92 days. Okay? It's not the standard. It's not good enough, Arsenal Football Club. All right? 91 days. Certain clubs have been 13 years. Certain clubs have, you know, they're struggling, but we are buzzing. It's all about Arsenal today.
For those who don't know, I've followed your content. It's been such a good rise to see everything you've been achieving. But to be here at the PFA Awards, it's one of the biggest nights on the football calendar. To see what your content, what your skill, what your talent has brought you. You're now going to be here. You're here rubbing shoulders with, there's going to be some Arsenal players. It's really special, isn't it?
No. It's what dreams are made of, genuinely, you know. Like, I say to so many people, like, just pick up that phone, like, chase that dream, give it a go, you know, try. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You know, and I've always been someone, I've got loads of these anecdotes and quotes and stuff, and one of my favourite ones is, I'd rather miss the bus while running for it. So the only thing that is in my mind is just try, you know. There's nothing. 2 years ago, I was in an office chasing emails, begging for someone to reply to me, and I'm here at the PFAs all because I made that decision to go for that. And you know, I'm grateful to be doing stuff for the club that I love. I'm grateful to be in the footballing space and like rub shoulders again, as you say, with people like yourself that have been doing this for a long time. Other people who are doing amazing things, the footballers, content creators, not just the content creators, even just the PFA in general. The way they set up, Mehet has done an incredible job since he's come in and headed it up. So I'm just over the moon, and like sometimes I get emotional when I think about it, and so I'm not going to cry here.
First person to dance on the red carpet this year, so that big up yourself. But look, if you're watching on the stream, if you have aspirations of making content, listen to the man. Pick up the phone. Run after that bus. Karen Carney was just here. Everyone who comes has to ask a question to the person next. She wanted to know, what's your favourite song? And then you've got to give me a question to ask the next person.
Ooh, what's my favourite song? I'm going to go for a curveball. I'm going to say, at the moment, Songbird by Eva Cassidy.
Big song. And the question for whoever comes next?
The question that I'm going to ask, when was the last time you cried?
Big question. It's getting very deep on the carpet here. Just glad. I thought you were going to just start singing North London Forever, so you didn't manage that, but big song.
What I will do say is though, Champions, champions, ole, ole, ole. Go, sing it.
I can't give you one more.
Yeah.
Get on, enjoy your evening. Wouldn't expect anything less there. When was the last time you cried? Wow. Big question. Well, last year I was here. I was not on this carpet, but I was inside speaking to the winners. So let's take a look at the winners from last year as we get set. The clock is ticking. We are not far away from finding out who has won this year's PFA's Player of the Year. But let's take a look at last year's winners. Welcome back here. Here's PFA Awards, and as you can see, the carpet is filling up nicely. Everyone's got the black tie. We see Tim Krul there with the PFA Business School wearing a nice little blue number. I'll give you another trivia question while we wait for our next guest. The first ever PFA Players Player of the Year was named in 1974. Who was it? The first winner of the PFA Players Player of the Year back in 1974. Who was the winner? So they've got a few more trivia questions for you there. Just over my left shoulder is Ashley Young. Just retired, won so many things in the game. He's going to be joining us in the stream hopefully real soon, I think. Ashley, pleasure to see you. Former PFA Young Players Player of the Year. Just hung the boots up, but it's good to be here, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. Look at this today. Look at this tonight. It's an amazing event. You know, it's pretty different to when I won it in 2009. You know, the red carpet is amazing, and you know, I'm delighted to get the invite to be here.
You know, I've got a bone to pick with your brother actually, because I was a scholar with him, and you know what he did one day? One day in the physio room, he brought in the hottest chili pepper he could find, and he made me eat it. But you know, probably.
This is what happens, though. This is what happened back in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was good, wasn't it? It was good.
It was good. It was a good time.
Good to see you. Good to see you. But look, this is the one that everyone looks out for as players. It's the one voted for by the players. It means more, doesn't it, when the players you play against week in, week out, the ones you've competed against, have voted you the best player.
Yeah, of course it is. You know, the ones where you're playing against them week in, week out, like you say, that you know your peers, they're the ones that vote for it. You know, it's always nice for the fans to vote, but when you come up against people week in, week out, and they know you inside and out, and then they vote for you, it's, like I say, it's amazing. And you know, I was delighted and when I was able to win it, and you know, I'm looking forward to the winners tonight.
What's next? Are you dabbling in a bit of broadcasting? You've been enjoying that?
Yeah, of course. I've been enjoying a bit of time off, a few holidays, but like I say, I've been back into it, podcasting, the broadcasting, the punditry, so I'm looking forward to what's ahead.
Well, everyone who comes has to ask a question for the next person, so we just had an Arsenal content creator come down, and he said, the deep question, when was the last time you cried?
Oh,
I know.
I don't actually know. I couldn't even tell you. Not recent. I know that.
That's right. Long gone.
It was recent. It was my daughter's. She danced at a World Cup for England, and like I've always said, like for me, whenever I do things, I don't get emotional or whatever. But when it's my kids, I get emotional. And, yeah, in July, she was in Ireland doing Dance World Cup, and yeah, I shed a tear.
Oh, amazing. Well, you got to leave me with a question for the next person.
What's next for you? For that next person.
Nice, enjoy. Pleasure to see you. Well done. Make sure get him to do something bad, will you? Yeah, good to see you. Good. He did look after me, really. He did. Yeah. Taught me how to kick and run him. Yeah. That was it. Well, look, Ashley Young, former PFA Young Player of the Year, as you can see, is filling up nicely. Good to speak to him there. Again, just retired, a fantastic career. Won trophies both domestically, won trophies across Europe, and yeah, on his next stage, on the next chapter of his career in the punditry and the broadcasting world and space. But again, as we said on this live stream, it's going to be relentless. It's going to be full. The players are going to just keep arriving. I've just seen Mr. HMRC of football himself, who's no doubt going to be fact checking everything that's been said today. But so far we've got 3 trivia questions, so let me give you one more. 7 players have won the PFA Players Player of the Year 2 or more times. Who are they? So 7 players who have won the PFA's Players Player of the Year 2 or more times. And I tell you, one of the answers of that is one of the 3 players who have won it outside of Europe. Let me know how you're doing in those comments there, and make sure that you've subscribe to the PFA's YouTube channel. They drop interviews, they have content throughout the year, and it's the first place you'll be able to hear from this year's winners today. And all the legends of football are arriving now. I can see Wes Morgan, Colo Torre is arriving now. We've got Smithy from Sky Sports has just arrived. But while we wait for our next guest, I hope you're enjoying the live. We're coming to the final stages of the carpet, but knowing these awards, it tends to be when this year's nominees, when this year's Players Player of the Year arrive, when this year's Team of the Year arrive. But before we get into that, let's take another look at the top 6 of the nominees across the EFL, the Premier League, the WSL and the WSL2. Here are the top 6 and this year's nominees for PFA's Players Player of the Year. This year's shortlist for Premier League's Players Player of the Year. Manchester City's Ryan Cherki, Bruno Fernandes from Manchester United, Manchester City's Erling Haaland, Gabriel from Arsenal, David Raya, also from Arsenal, and in the middle of the pitch for Arsenal, it's Declan Rice. That's this year's shortlist for Premier League's Players' Player of the Year. And from the WSL, Kirsty Hansen from Aston Villa, Yui Hasegawa from Manchester City, it's Lauren James from Chelsea, Manchester United's Jess Park, Alessia Russo from Arsenal, and Bunny Shaw from Manchester City. This is your Young Player of the Year, top 6. Ryan Cherky, Manchester City, Max Dowman of Arsenal, Junior Krupi, Bournemouth, Kobe Mainu, Manchester United, Rio Ungamoa, Liverpool, and Nico O'Reilly, Manchester City. That makes up your top 6 for this year's Young Player of the Year. Your nominees for Young Player of the Year in the WSL: Laura Blinkilde-Brown, Manchester City, Viola Berman, Chelsea, Freya Godfrey, London City Lionesses, Toka Koga, Tottenham Hotspur, Olivia Smith, Arsenal, and Alicia Thompson from Chelsea. They're your top 6 for Young Player of the Year in the WSL. Now time for Players' Player of the Year from the WSL 2. Ellie Brazil, Southampton, Lily Crosthwaite, Birmingham City, Abby Larkin, Crystal Palace, Emily Syme, Bristol City, Ashley Weirden, Crystal Palace, and Sophie Whitehouse from Charlton Athletic. And for the first time, that's your Players' Player of the Year from the WSL 2. Here are your Championship Player of the Year nominees: Matt Grimes of Coventry, Hayden Hackney, Middlesbrough, Jack Radoni, Coventry City, Carl Rushworth, Coventry City, Zan Vopotnik, Swansea, Haji Wright, Coventry City. They make up your top 6 for Championship Players' Player of the Year. Here are your top 6 for League One Players' Player of the Year: Don Ballard, Leyton Orient, Amario Cozier-Dubry, Bolton Wanderers, David McGoldrick, Barnsley, Jack Molan, Lincoln City, Oliver Norwood, Stockport County, Carl Wotton, Stockport County. And that makes up your League One Players' Player of the Year top 6. Your League Two top 6 for Players' Player of the Year: Sammy Braybrook, Chesterfield, last year's winner Michael Cheek from Bromley, Aaron Drinan, Swindon Town, Callum Patterson, MK Dons, Mitch Pinnock, Bromley, Omar Sawamni, Bromley. And that makes up your League Two Players' Player of the Year top 6. It's stacked here. David McGoldrick's top 6 nominees on my right, and I'm very glad to be joined by Cola Torre on my left. PFA Awards, it's always a fantastic evening, isn't it?
Absolutely, always a pleasure to be here, and this is the moment for us as guys who work in the football environment, and it's always a pleasure to be part of it, definitely.
When you look at the defenders, we're going to have a Team of the Year decided today with defenders. How different is it now to when you were playing in the Premier League? Do you think that the players who we've got at the minute, it's different games slightly?
Yeah, completely different, I would say, because now back in the days it was physical. You needed to be really good in the air, jump high, be physical. But now technically you have to be like a striker, I will say. The players we see now are really intelligent. They can drive the ball, they can control the ball, they can dribble 2-3 guys, and it's completely different. But it's great to see, definitely.
Well, as you can see, the carpet's full of ex-professionals. Ashley Young was just stood here.
Yeah.
He left me a question, which was, "What's next for you? What's next for you?" That was the question he wanted to ask.
After working with the best manager in the world, for me, is just now to look for a head coach job now, and that's what I'm looking for. A really good project where I can make a team win football matches.
You mentioned they're one of the best managers to do it. What makes him so good?
Hard work, dedication, and passion.
And you've got to give me a question to ask the next person. Give me a question.
Okay.
It can be anything.
Can be anything. I will say, who was the best goalkeeper of the season? That's what.
Best goalkeeper of the season. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Defenders sticking with goalkeepers there. GK Union. I'll ask whoever comes next. If you can just look over my left, Michael Carrick has just arrived. Obviously, Manchester United manager, former player, PFA member. He's just arrived to have his photo taken here on the carpet. I think we're gonna have a small break after Michael Carrick. People are slowing up slowly, but we've got Semenyo has just arrived on the red carpet. Manchester City's Semenyo will be coming to join us very soon. But this is the great thing, isn't it, about football? You can just see how much it means to the fans. You've got managers, you've got players, and they've all joined us on the live stream. So for all of you watching, I really appreciate you sticking with us. I hope you've enjoyed it on the PFA YouTube channel, and if you have, make sure you like and subscribe, and let us know how you're doing with those trivia questions. I think I've got one more for you. The last 7 PFA Young Players of the Year have been English. Who was the last non-English player to win it? So we've got some good trivia questions for you to ask now, as Semenyo arrives on the red carpet to have his photo taken. Great suit. Obviously moved on from Bournemouth after those fantastic performances, took the step up to Manchester City, and he's just arrived. He competed at the World Cup. One of the standout players of the Premier League in recent times has just stood here. He'll make his way down the carpet, as we showed you on that BTS. There's lots of stations, there's lots of media for these players to speak to before they make their way in and find out who is being declared this year's PFA's Player of the Year. And I think what's great about these awards is you get to see players with their family, with their friends. So much goes into them and the performances that we all enjoy on the pitch, but seeing them there with their families to celebrate their own individual success. It's one of the most prestigious awards. It's the standout night of the football calendar. You can see what those players, a lot of Manchester City shirts, mean to them there. I'm sure he'll stop and take a few pictures there, and he wants to come and take one more picture. Good to see you. He looks after Manchester City today. Semenyo is going to be coming in with us very soon. It's always a pleasure to see you. How are you? Good to see you live on PFA's YouTube. This is the one, isn't it? It's the one the players enjoy, voted for by the players. How good is it to be here at the PFA Players of the Year Award here in Manchester?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, close to home for one. First time here, so it's an honour, and it's going to be an enjoyable evening.
When you're a player and you're voting and you get voted in, we're going to see a new Players Player of the Year. It means a bit more, doesn't it, when it's your players you've played against who have voted you in a team, or the big one as a Players Player of the Year?
Yeah, 100%. I think you play against these players all year round, so it's nice to know that I'm one that's been voted, and obviously vice versa other way. So yeah, it's nice, and they're going to be our opponents for however long. So
and the suit, the blazer, is nice. Where's it from?
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria, it's nice. Well, we just had Kolo Torre here. Everyone who comes has to ask a question and get one. So his question was, he didn't know it was going to be you. It was just a question. Who was the best goalkeeper in the Premier League last year was his question.
David Raya.
And for you then, what's the question for me to ask whoever comes next on the red carpet?
Who's the best winger in the league?
The best winger in the league, I like it. You're gonna be in the mix, no?
I like to think so.
But look, here in Manchester, it's your new home. How much have you enjoyed being in the city?
Yeah, it's been amazing. The transition's been so quick. Had to adapt so much, but I've loved the process, and many more years to come.
And on that process, do you feel like there's another level to go? People who are watching you and enjoying you in the Premier League, you feel like you're taking the next steps and progressing?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like with the coaches that we have coming in this year, room to get better, and I'm looking forward to this season.
Okay, best winger in the Prem, the question. Enjoy it. Well done. Look fantastic. Thanks for joining us. Nice one. Semenyo there. It is a great jacket. Kind of sad I didn't go for one like that, but we mentioned we wouldn't just have people from the world of football. We've also got people from the world of television. We've got a gladiator, a real life gladiator there, stood taking his pictures. We've got Lucien Laviscount, who's just arrived. For those who watch Netflix, watch lots of movies, he's just arrived on the red carpet. He's part of the gladiator we're just looking at now, as part of the bobsleigh team. He was a former boxer, and he's I'm sad he didn't bring one of those inflatable things. I feel like if I was a gladiator, I would just carry one of those inflatable things there. But as you can tell, with the kids, immensely popular. I think I'm gonna ask him one question, as you're right, but we've only got 15 minutes left to go of the live stream. But here is Titan from the PFAs. Come and join us live on the stream. Titan from Gladiators. How are you? Former GB bobsleigh and bobsleigh. Everything's going on. We've got Gladiators. How good is it to be here at the awards?
Oh, it's awesome to be here. Do you know what?
one of the things people don't know is I used to play football as a kid, and it was my
Centre half
dream.
striker?
I was a striker, centre midfield. Centre midfield, but like everyone loves to be a striker. Everyone loves to score goals. But like literally, I used to play football on the way to school, break time, lunch time on the way back home, and football was my first passion. And then we went to bobsleigh. How does that happen? Who knows?
It's good to be here.
It is great to be here.
Well, look, Semenyo was just here. He left a question for whoever was coming next. Best winger in the Premier League last season?
Oh, best winger. You got me. I'm going to say my favourite winger of all time, Ryan Giggs.
Didn't play last year, but we'll take it. And one player you would not like to go up against in the Gladiators, if you could take a Premier League player, who do you think would hold their own?
Haaland.
Yeah. You've got to leave me a question for the next person.
Best goal of all time.
Best goal of all time. Enjoy it. Maybe we can get Haaland in the Gladiators on his YouTube channel or something.
I'm ready for it.
Let us know how you think Haaland would get on. Enjoy your evening. Good to see you. Haaland in the Gladiators. I can see it. That would be great. We've got Lucien Laviscount, who's just arrived from Emily in Paris, from Netflix. He's a big football fan. And then followed by Thomas Tuchel. What would you think? The England manager has just arrived after the summer. Thomas Tuchel is here, and I'm sure he's going to come and stop and speak to us. Lucien, how are you? Good to see you. Pleasure. Good to be here.
Pleasure. My pleasure. My pleasure. No, it's a pleasure to be here.
It's great to see you. Now, I know you're a big football fan, and to be here with the best players of the year, who are you looking forward to seeing?
Gosh, a bit of everyone, to be honest. I just saw the main man over there, but my boy Declan Rice. Yeah. Listen, Arsenal, we had a good year, so yeah.
Well, look, we just had one of the Gladiators here. Everyone leaves a question for the next person to come. His question was the best goal of all time, so your favourite goal of all time?
Gosh, I want to say Bergkamp, you know.
Not bad.
We know the one. We know the one.
Great touch. That looks good. That wasn't bad. That looks all right. That's right. And you leave me a question for the next person?
Most erratic player.
No, I don't want a football one.
No?
What's something creative? Something good.
Creative. Give me some ideas.
I don't know, who would play them in a movie? You're an actor.
All right, yeah. Who would play you in a movie?
And while you're here, obviously star of the screen, who do you think would make the best Bond villain out of the Premier League?
I don't know, you know.
Erling, maybe?
Erling. I think Erling would go. Erling has got the eyes for it. I think he could switch up the smile and just go a little bit evil with it.
We often see you leading Man Breaking Hearts on Netflix. Who do you think would be a good little heartthrob from the Premier League? Who could see you in a rom-com on Netflix? Who do you reckon would hold their own?
Cole Palmer.
Cole Palmer?
Yeah, I'm going with that.
What would Cole Palmer's rom-com be called?
It would be Summer with Cole. A Summer with Cole.
Fire and Coal?
Fire and Coal.
I don't know. We're struggling. Lucien, good to see you. Cheers, enjoy your night. Cole Palmer in a rom-com. I would like to see that. I would very much enjoy that. But look, Lucien Laviscount followed by Thomas Tuchel straight off England's performance at the World Cup. Thomas Tuchel is making his way, signing, taking pictures with all these people who have waited a long time to see him. We've got everyone. Music, television. Lucien Laviscount just arrived from Emily in Paris. Everyone's arrived, and we're just waiting for a few more people to fill up the carpet. But I hope you've enjoyed the YouTube stream. I hope you've joined in on the trivia. We're seeing your comments. Make sure you like and subscribe to the PFA's YouTube channel. Make sure do you know what? Out of all the questions we've been asked so far, I've been enjoying probably Angry Ginge, the best biscuit to dunk. I still am not sure. I think I'm going to stick with a custard cream, but I'm not sure. But again, Cole Palmer in a rom-com. Two things I did not think I would get here at the PFA Awards live stream. We're just waiting for the last few cards to come. So while we build up to the awards and who's going to take home the prestigious awards tonight, we've seen a few times the top six. And to remind you, these votes are voted for by the players. They look at the season long, they look at the players they play against, and they choose who they think is the standout player. We've also seen the team of the year decided, and I've been told we're actually just waiting for Barry, England's assistant coach, who is going to be with us very soon. Anthony Barry's making his way over after an incredible World Cup. Anthony, pleasure to see you. How are you?
Hi, how are
just
you?
on my left, that would be great. huge congratulations on the summer. The World Cup made England fans and everyone very proud. But back domestic now on home turf, how good is it to be here at the PFA Awards?
Nice to see some of our players again. We haven't seen them since the France match, so to see some of the guys that were with us in the tournament will be nice to reconnect. But we're part of the greatest league in the world. It's nice to be here and celebrate the great players that make it a great league.
Well, you appeared for so many teams across the EFL. The PFA is always one that players look out for, isn't it?
Of course, because they're recognised by the peers. I think that's an important award. The PFA, when I was a player, was always a big governing body, a huge part of my career when I had big injuries. So I think to be here tonight, it's just a nice celebration for all the players and part of a great governing body.
And from the England perspective, England players are always so well represented in these awards, both in the team of the year, the young players, top six has got two exciting talents there. But it must be a hard job for you and Thomas to select, because English football's in a really good position.
Yeah, it's a fantastic job to have. We're proud that so many young English players are getting recognised, and it's also the way it should be. It's our league, it should be full of top English talent, and it is.
Great, we're going to be straight into internationals in a few weeks' time. That group did so well in the summer. What did the group and the collective learn that they can maybe take into those internationals in a big year of international football?
Every time you play for England, it's a big game, whether it's World Cup, it's Nations League, or it's the Euros that will come up in 2 years' time. So we're always learning, we're always trying to be better. We know the aim and the ambition of such a country like ours is to try and take the biggest titles. We took a big step in the summer with the World Cup, and now it's the chance and the opportunity to go one step further. Well,
before I let you leave, Lucien Laviscamp was just here. Everyone who comes leaves a question for the next person. His question was, he didn't know it was going to be you, but who next? Who would play you in a movie? If we had an England movie, who would you like to play you?
I'm not so sure. I wouldn't do any of them actors such a disservice to think they could play me. I don't have such a great answer. It would obviously be somebody small in height, somebody with a strong accent and dialogue like me. So
James Joyce is going to be here somewhere soon,
yeah,
maybe.
I'm friends with James, so yeah, okay, let's say James.
I know you've got to leave me a question for whoever's next. Anything you want.
Who will win next year's PFA Player of the Year?
We've had that one. Okay. Had that one, so we need another.
Okay, somebody already took it. Who will be the Premier League winners this year?
Big question. Enjoy it. Again, well done. Did us all proud in the summer, and enjoy your evening. Anthony Barry there, England assistant coach. Just arriving behind us now is Manchester City women's players who are going to be arrived. Obviously the champions of the WSL last season. We've had Don Ballard come down from there, but great to hear from the England assistant manager now. But now, for those who watch the EFL, we might have had a goal of the season contender already by that man there. Great flick off a cross, 19 years of age, flicked it into the corner. It's a standout goal. It's going to be hard to beat that one as the season goes on. But as this comes to an end, as the carpet starts to empty out, we're going to head inside, and the big awards, the party's not going to stop, because inside is where the business happens. We're going to be told who is the winner of the PFA Players Player of the Year award. But just on my left, the Bristol City player there, he had so many great moments last season, many hat-tricks. He's in the top 6 in the League One Team of the Year nominee, just having his photos taken there as we wait for more players, more celebrities, more people to filter on down this red carpet. And up next, we're going to have Don Ballard, who's going to come in with us very soon, who is going to be coming in very soon. Don Ballard is going to be with us, and again, that goal at the weekend, if you haven't gone and seen it, dig it out, find it online. A great finish. Don Ballard is going to be with us just now. He's going to be joining us. Don, how are you? We're just live on PFA's YouTube, X and Instagram. PFA Awards, great to be here. Firstly, I don't know if we should talk about the goal at the weekend or last season, because that one's hard to beat, isn't it?
I knew it was going to come up. Yeah, it was a special moment.
Where's the line? Puskas, goal of the year. How high is that one going to go?
I think we've got to win goal of the month first, and then, obviously, see where the awards come. But Puskas will be amazing, of course.
But to be here, it's the pinnacle, isn't it? It's the awards that are voted for by the players you play against. You must be immensely proud to be here in the nominees list.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the nominees list from last year was incredible. Just honoured to be part of the players.
Now, we've just been having people come. They leave a question for the next person who's gonna come down. So we just had the England assistant manager. His question was, who's going to win the Premier League next season? Not this season, next season. Who do you think?
I think Arsenal win it again, unfortunately.
Okay. And now you give me a question to ask whoever comes next.
Is it all players or could it be something?
Anything you want. If non-football ones are good, get a bit interesting.
Alright. What is your favourite restaurant?
Okay, nice. What's yours?
Mine is probably Bagatelle in London.
Good choice. Bit of a party, good food, enjoy it.
Thank you.
Get there for a little celebration after tonight. Well done. That could genuinely win a Puskas, that guy. Don Ballard, great finish. Just arriving, if you can see down the red carpet, if you can hear actually to the crowd, they've just seen a local player in Nico O'Reilly, who's up for this year's PFA's Young Player of the Year after a fantastic breakthrough season both with Manchester City and England. He's in the top 6 for that PFA Young Player of the Year, and he's just about to make his way down the carpet. It's great when the current players turn up, you can just hear a roar go along this red carpet as players all look to get a glimpse of their favourite players. There's so many Manchester City shirts here, and I'm sure they're glad to see Nico O'Reilly, and I think we'll have him coming down and speaking to us hopefully shortly, because he's in that top 6, as I just said, for the PFA's Young Player of the Year. Now it's 7 players actually from the PFA's Young Player of the Year have been English, so if he was to do it tonight he would join that list, but he's in a really strong top 6. Max Dowman, Rio Ngamoa, Nico O'Reilly. It's a really strong 6, and one of them is going to be taking the PFA Young Players Player of the Year. How are you guys getting on with those trivia questions? If you're still with us on the stream, I actually think we're going to run a bit longer than 6 because there should be some fines actually, because some of the players are turning up a bit late. But yeah, while Nico O'Reilly gets his pictures taken, the Manchester City graduate, 34 appearances last year, obviously got that brace in the League Cup final. 50 appearances last year for Manchester City across all appearances. He has just arrived here at the PFA Awards, obviously made his England debut at the World Cup, a real breakthrough season for him, and I'm sure he'd love nothing less than to do that at the club he came through in the academy. So great to see Nico O'Reilly has arrived here. Now as the carpet is just filling up, the last few people are coming down the red carpet. We can see players from the WSL have just arrived. It's all starting to heat up. It's all working up to that moment where a new winners of the PFA Players Player will announce. Nico O'Reilly just there, is just here. He's hopefully going to come and speak to us soon. Nico, I'll speak to you in a bit. Good to see you, mate. Well done. I'm sure, as you can hear, the volume is just going through the roof as these players come in. But we've got players from all over. How are you? Good to see you. All good. You're live on PFA's YouTube. It's great, isn't it? Fantastic evening. Who are you here with? Who have you come down with?
We got Jess.
Jess, yeah, of course.
Amy Everett, Annabelle Blanchard.
Great.
The Arsenal girls are coming up.
WSL royalty has arrived on the. Jess is going to hopefully come and speak to us real soon. Let's see. We've got Jess Park here. Jess, good to see you. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good, Jess. You're on PFA's YouTube, X, Instagram. Say hello. Great to see you. How are you? Great season.
Yeah,
good to be here. It's always a big night, isn't it?
Yeah, it's exciting. It's nice to be voted by players, around and your fellow teammates.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And how was it for you? Obviously, a season where had a move, but you went on and just performed so well.
Yeah, I think it's just important to get straight into it and try and do the best you can for your team. And obviously, it was a great season for us. Probably didn't get the results we wanted, but it is what it is, and we move on, and we look forward to this year.
Good. Well, look, everyone who comes here has to ask the question the last person asked. So, Don Ballard, he just asked, he didn't know it was going to be you, but he said, "What's your favourite restaurant?"
Ooh, Tattoo.
Yeah, nice local one. If you're ever in Manchester, get down to Tattoo. It's a good one. Now, you've got to leave me with a question for whoever comes up next.
Ooh, favourite clothing brand.
Favourite clothing brand. The suit you're repping today is good. It's good. How much are you looking forward to the WSL to get back there? Good off season, but not far away now, is it?
No, I always want to be back playing football, doing what I love, so I can't wait.
Pleasure for stopping. Enjoy it. Favourite clothing brand? That's the question I'm going to ask next. Okay, brilliant. Jess Park there, Manchester United last season in the WSL, just arrived. Maheta, PFA, have just arrived. We'll have a great chat with him. He's head of the PFA. He's the man behind so many of the amazing things that have gone. If you can see Shirky has just arrived. Again, a great season in the last year. He's obviously up for PFA Young Player of the Year. So many great moments. Silky player, isn't he? One that you always want to watch when you're watching football. Is players like that, players who entertain, players who get you off your feet. And yeah, Shirky is just about to take to this photo wall behind me and have his photo taken. He's up for potentially Team of the Year. He's up for PFA Young Player of the Year. But very soon we're going to be joined by Nico O'Reilly after his breakthrough season. He's nominee for PFA Young Player of the Year, scored those goals in the League Cup final here in his home city of Manchester. He'll be with us very soon. But as I mentioned, the carpet's getting full. Ryan Shirky here, 4 goals, 12 assists in his first season. Only Bruno Fernandes with more assists than Ryan Shirky. And the only player who is actually shortlisted this year for both the PFA Men's Player of the Year and the PFA Young Player of the Year. So a great season for Ryan Shirky, and he's here to celebrate what was an incredible season for him. And as we wait for Nico O'Reilly, you can hear the noise. Look, everyone's so glad to see their players arrive and celebrate the success that they've had. And while we wait for Nico O'Reilly, we're soon going to be joined by Maheta Malongo, chair of the PFA, who's not he's actually behind a lot of this evening, making the awards feel new, making it an event that the players want to come to. And Maheta, the CEO of the PFA, is going to be with us very soon as he takes the carpet with his family. And here he is, Maheta's joining us on the live stream. You can't disappear, my friend. You got to come in here. You got to come in here. Look, tonight, it's the event all the players want to come to. So much work goes into it, but we've been watching some of the great initiatives all through the evening on the live stream at the PFA. How proud are you to be here to celebrate the success that we see this evening?
It's fantastic. You know, when you're voted by people who play against you every week, who suffer your talent every week, and they say you're the best, I think it doesn't get any better, and that's exactly what we're celebrating tonight. So amazing, and also an opportunity to showcase what the PFA does.
And what's great is you see different generations. We've got Nico O'Reilly on my right, who's up for Young Player of the Year. We've had Kenny Dalglish, who's receiving the award. Football just brings the generations together. It brings people together, fans who are all here to see a glimpse of their players.
It's amazing. I would say those are all fantastic people. So you saw Nico in the office with the mom, so proud to see our son kind of delivering at that level. Is just a special moment for them.
Well, just over our shoulder, we've got the Arsenal players arrive. A great season for them, and they're going to be celebrated this evening. But great to see them in attendance, isn't it?
They look slick. Look at them, how they look.
They look sharp. Well, Maheta, enjoy this evening again. Well done. Thanks very much, Maheta. There. Well, I'll leave you with these images because the Arsenal men's and women's players have just arrived on the red carpet after what was a triumphant season for the men in the Premier League. David Raya, Declan Rice, Gabriel, Timber, Saliba, got Alessia Russo, Olivia Smith. We're going to wait and see who wants to come and join us here on the carpet after those who won the Premier League for Arsenal last year. We've got Olivia Smith there, who's nominated in the top 6 for Player of the Year. She was the Young Players Player of the Year last year. She's up there. We've got Lionesses, Alessia Russo. We've got Caldente from Arsenal. Great to see the Arsenal team arrive together, both the men's and the women's. We've got Mariana Candeli, Emily Fox, Alessia Russo, Olivia Smith. Fantastic to see them all with us here on the red carpet. Yeah, Maria Canadenti, we spoke to her last year after she won PFA Players Player of the Year. Arsenal have arrived en masse. They've come... That's all right. If you come, you've got to just quickly say hello. We're live on YouTube. How are you? Good season. Good to see you. Oh, I'm sorry. Good to see you. Look great. Alessia Russo just arrived there with the rest of her teammates. It's full now, the carpet. Thanks for sticking with us on this stream because we've been waiting. How are you? Very good. 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 David Raya. Declan Rice has arrived. Julian Timber. Gabrielle. Fresh off winning the Community Shield at the weekend. It's great to see them here. And what a season it was for Arsenal last year in the Premier League to finally get their hands on that Premier League trophy. such a good unit to see them here and arrive, the Arsenal players. We've got many of the Arsenal players in the Premier League top 6 nominees. Got David Raya, Gabriel, Declan Rice, all in the top 6 for PFA Players Player of the Year. Got Jurien Timber there being photographed. I think he likes his suit. That's great. Gabriel up next. 17 clean sheets in the Premier League last season, 3 goals. He was so pivotal to Arsenal's success and them winning the Premier League trophy last season. We're just going to see who we can maybe speak to here. I don't know. Yeah, we can just see if anyone's prepared to stop here on the red carpet. Yep. They're all just getting their photos first here on the red carpet. Declan Rice lining up. He's obviously in the top 6 for this year's PFA Players Player of the Year. Declan Rice, 4 league goals and 5 assists last year. Premier League Team of the Year. We'll see if we can grab him maybe. Declan, how are you? Good to see you. Well done up for the top 6. You're on the PFA's YouTube right now. Say hi. Just give him a wave. Give him a wave. Give him a wave. There he is, Declan Rice. Well done. Congratulations. Well done. Declan Rice, Premier League winner with Arsenal last year. We've got Gabriel and Saliba, maybe the best centre backs in the world right now. Congratulations. Well done. Gabriel, good to see you again. Well done, you good? Congratulations, well done. Arsenal making their way in. Centre-back union, look, they just stay parked together, but great to see them. Shaking hands there with Adebayo and Femwa on the red carpet. Still waiting for a few more players to make their way down the red carpet. Maybe we'll take a wander. Do you want to? We'll take a wander, see if we can grab anyone over there. Obviously, remember these PFA awards, they're voted for by the players. It's them who cast the vote all season long. It's them who want to see. Adebayo, come and join us. Come and join us. Come and join us. You're live on the PFA's YouTube channel, X and Instagram. How are you? You always want these awards. Are always a good one. Good to be here.
Yeah, man. It's always when these events like these, you've got the elites out. I'm a bit hating because there's no Liverpool players here today, so you know what I'm saying. But no, other than that,
Rio Angamoa's up for PFA Young Player of the Year.
True that. You know what I'm saying. So big up. Hopefully he wins and that. But yeah, these events are good. You can see what it means. The fans out here seeing players come past, so it's a good look.
Well, before I let you go, everyone here has to leave me with a question to ask the next person. So anything you want, non-football, make it a good one. I expect nothing less from you.
All right, say nothing. What's better, bourbon biscuits or cookies?
Second biscuit question of the evening. I like it. All the best. Enjoy your evening. What's your favourite?
Bourbons.
Yeah, elite. Enjoy. I confirm what there. Beast mode. And just arrived. Khadija Shaw, Bunny Shaw, last year's winner of the PFA Players Player of the Year, was key to Manchester City's women's success this season as they lifted the WSL. And Bunny Shaw's in the top 6 for PFA Players Player of the Year this year for the WSL. 3 consecutive golden boots in the WSL. Always prolific in front of goal. Just new contracts for Manchester City. She's going to be key to their success again in the WSL, which comes back in not too long. And again, Hasegawa up next, the midfielder from Manchester City, taking her picture. Again, key to Manchester City's success in lifting that WSL trophy, the one that had got away from them in recent years. And Hasegawa is just taking her pictures with Bunny Shaw. Great to see Manchester City do it in the WSL. It had been so close for so many years, but to see them get it done in the WSL is really good to see. And it's fantastic to see all these people. Lots of Declan Rice fans over my shoulder. Fantastic. Bunny Shaw, how are you? It's good. She's up for top 6 again. Hopefully Bunny's going to join us very soon. We're just waiting to see. Khadija Shaw, pleasure to see you as always. Last year's winner of the PFA Players Player of the Year, in the top 6 again this year. Manchester City, you did it in the WSL and you were key. A great season, wasn't it?
Yeah, an amazing season. We worked tremendously hard last year and you know, the girls did well, and in the end we came out victorious, so we're all happy.
Well, look, 3 consecutive golden boots in the WSL. We've got people watching. What's the key to goal scoring? You make it look so easy. Left foot, right foot, headers, it doesn't matter, does it?
Nah, I would just say probably I focus on being consistent because the games give you different challenges, so it's how consistent can you be in front of goal, and I think I've been doing that throughout the year, so I let it be continued.
When you come into a new season as a champion, how do you get motivated to go and increase the level again, to go and do it again?
I would just say focus on what got us there. Focus on the little things, the small things, and I think once we focus on taking the small steps, ultimately they add up to the bigger picture.
Well, look, good luck tonight. Bunny Shaw's in the top 6 nominees. You've got to leave me a question to ask whoever comes next. Anything you want.
What do you look forward to at these awards?
Okay, nice. What do you look forward to?
Everything.
Hopefully a trophy. Hopefully an award. Khadija, well done. Congratulations. Bunny Shaw there. 3 golden boots in a row in the WSL and in the top 6 for the WSL. And if you can hear the noise, that is because Bruno Fernandes, Mr. Assist record himself, 21 league assists, beating De Bruyne and Thierry Henry. He has just arrived down at the end of the carpet. He'll be making his way here very, very soon. And I've got to ask him what he looks forward to at these awards from Bunny Shaw. Good question. To my right, Mariana Caldente, last year's winner. It was fantastic to speak to her after she lifted her trophy last year. And thanks for joining us. 2 hours we've been on this red carpet. It's been a journey, hasn't it? And appreciate you all for sticking with us, for liking the stream, subscribing to the PFA's YouTube. Hopefully we'll be back next year, but we've got a few more gems to give you, because not far away is Bruno Fernandes. He's making his way down after that record break in the season. You're alright? You're alright? It's busy on here. It's okay. Everyone's trying to get in on the action. Declan Rice is just on my right, soaking in an interview. But yeah, assists record holder Bruno Fernandes has just arrived on the red carpet. He's obviously in the top 6 shortlist for this year's PFA's Players Player of the Year. There's a lot of people who do not want to get off this carpet, because we've got Team of the Year nominees, we've got Players Player of the Year nominees, we've got Premier League winning Arsenal on the red carpet, we've got Maria Caldente, last year's Women's Player of the Year, and I'm hoping we'll be joined very shortly by Bruno Fernandes. I think Bruno's going to be joining us pretty soon, in a second or so. Okay. Yeah, perfect, brilliant. So I think Bruno Fernandes is going to be with us in just a few minutes. I think he's going to make his way in, and then he's going to potentially come back out and speak to us. It'd be great to speak to Bruno Fernandes. I think we're just being told actually by George from Manchester United, he's going to take his family inside, get them sat down inside the Opera House, and then come out and hopefully sign a few autographs and speak to us here. On my right, look, we've got Akim Femwa. He's giving Declan Rice a big hug. But look, we're nearly at the business end of these awards. There'll be no one else coming down this red carpet, I don't think. So we are just minutes away from everyone heading inside the Opera House, and we're going to find out who this year's PFA Players Player of the Year are. I can see Bruno Fernandes. I think he's going to come over to us very shortly. But let us know who you think is going to win. You've seen the nominees throughout the evening. We've showed you those top 6. So who do you think is going to win those PFA Players Player of the Year? Who do you think? Let us know how you're doing. And Bruno Fernandes, Bruno, just hop on my left here. Pleasure to see you.
My better side.
Well, look, firstly, congratulations on last season. You're in the top 6 for this year's PFA Players Player of the Year. Assist record 2. It was a brilliant personal season for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a very good individual season, obviously. As you said, with that record in the middle, and now being in the top 6 of the Premier League is very grateful.
How much confidence do you get when you're assisting, when you're playing so well, when you're key to your team's success? What is the key to that consistency as a player?
I think it's not disbelief, and you have to believe in yourself all the time. You have to understand that it's going to be moments that will be ups and downs in your career. So you just have to stick with the moments that you know you are capable of doing different things and keep doing your job.
And success in the Sense United back in Europe, you were such a key part of that. How important was that to deliver that for this city? Because it's been a while.
No, obviously we know that we have a history in that competition, and obviously for the club is something important, for the fans even more, and we want to give something back to the fans, and I think being in that competition is the least we can do to give to them.
And Bruno, in terms of this evening, the top 6 have been voted for by the players who you play against, who you argue with, who you fight with on the pitch. Does that make it even more special to be in that top 6, especially after what you achieved last season?
No, I think it's very special. Obviously, when you're voted by the people that you go against every time, and they have to choose one that's not from their team, it makes it very special for everyone, and I think whoever gets their hands on this trophy should be very proud of it.
Start of this season, work to be done at Manchester United. What can you tell us about that team and what you're going to achieve this season? Because you've had such a good run of form personally, and the team, they can do it again.
Oh, obviously, we want to make better than we did last season. That's our aim, and obviously we didn't start the way we wanted, but we've got to give a big response already on Sunday in our home in front of our fans, and hopefully going to make it.
Well, look, a lot of people voted for you because you're in the top 6. You can't vote for someone in your team. Who did you vote for this year?
I voted for some Arsenal player. I won't say who was, but I voted for some Arsenal player.
Just arrived, formidable team last year, weren't they?
They were amazing. They were very strong, very difficult to play against. A team that was very successful, not just in the Premier League, but also in the European competitions. Getting into that Champions League final was something that was amazing from them, keeping themselves in the competition till so late. It's something that they need to be very proud of, and I think they deserve all the respect that all the Premier League has to give to them.
Well, Bruno, congratulations on being in the top 6, and good luck this evening, and well done on that assist record. You can't see that one being beat anytime soon, can you? 21 assists.
I think so. And one of the players in the top 6 could make it.
Well done. Bruno Fernandes there, here in Manchester. He's in the shortlist for the top 6 here at the PFA Awards. Well, look, it's been an incredible evening. Appreciate all of you at home joining us on the live stream on X, on YouTube, on Instagram. It's been a fantastic evening. This really is one of the pinnacle events in the football schedule, and we've brought you all the action, all the interviews. We're now going to make our way inside, and tonight history is going to be made. We're going to have new Players Player of the Year, new Young Players Player of the Year for the EFL, for the WSL2, for the Premier League and the WSL. So stay tuned in to the PFA channels all evening as those winners are announced. Thanks again for joining us. Make sure you like and subscribe to the PFA's YouTube channel. We're going to head inside. You'll stay locked into all the channels. And again, thanks for joining us. And for one last time, let's take a look at the PFA Players nominees for this year. This year's shortlist for Premier League's Players Player of the Year. Manchester City's Ryan Cherki. Bruno Fernandes from Manchester United. Manchester City's Erling Haaland. Gabriel from Arsenal. David Raya, also from Arsenal. And in the middle of the pitch for Arsenal, it's Declan Rice. That's this year's shortlist for Premier League's Players Player of the Year. And from the WSL, Kirsty Hansen from Aston Villa. Yui Hasegawa from Manchester City. It's Lauren James from Chelsea. Manchester United's Jess Park. Alessia Russo from Arsenal. And Bunny Shaw from Manchester City. This is your Young Player of the Year, top 6. Ryan Cherki, Manchester City. Max Dowman of Arsenal. Junior Krupi, Bournemouth. Kobe Mainu, Manchester United. Rio Ungamoa, Liverpool. And Nico O'Reilly, Manchester City. That makes up your top 6 for this year's Young Player of the Year. Your nominees for Young Player of the Year in the WSL: Laura Blinkilde-Brown, Manchester City. Viola Berman, Chelsea. Freya Godfrey, London City Lionesses. Toka Koga, Tottenham Hotspur. Olivia Smith, Arsenal. And Alicia Thompson from Chelsea. They're your top 6 for Young Player of the Year in the WSL. Now time for Players Player of the Year from the WSL2. Ellie Brazil, Southampton. Lily Crosthwaite, Birmingham City. Abby Larkin, Crystal Palace. Emily Syme, Bristol City. Ashley Weirden, Crystal Palace. And Sophie Whitehouse from Charlton Athletic. And for the first time, that's your Players Player of the Year from the WSL2. Here are your Championship Player